still say that song is still up there in the charts.
You never played it with them live, though.
I know. And it was supposed to happen until that rain delay. Or not that, and then that rainstorm came through. And I think I was it was supposed to happen, but yeah, you're right. Did you get a chance to listen to their new album?
Not yet.
What
It
about
did
you,
come out
Jake?
Friday,
You know,
right?
Stranded put a new album out.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It came out Friday. It came out last Friday, but I said it's been out for a month now, and I was totally wrong. But yeah, it's finally out. You can find it on Apple. That's where I found it, on Apple streaming.
So you've already listened to it.
I've listened to it. It's pretty good. Yep, I like it.
Tempo tone on there.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, it's. When was the last time you've seen them live? Been a while.
I saw him at the flea market.
Okay.
Down in Westport.
Just recently?
No, not too
Oh.
recent. I think summertime of last year.
Okay.
Something like that. I think.
Damn, they got 5 and 6 minute long songs. You don't really see that anymore.
It's like Queen, man.
Yeah, that's a full song.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out.
Earlier we were talking about the flux capacitor. Doesn't work. I have it plugged in.
You got 1.21 gigawatts.
It just doesn't work.
What's it supposed to do?
It's supposed to light up. Yeah.
Just light.
There's a light switch on there. I have it plugged in. I changed even the little box that the USB goes into. It's not working.
Is that
So
what
I'm
you picked
pretty-
up from Comic-Con?
I'm pretty sad about it, and I know Chris has something to say about it as well.
Once again, proves why I got the best one.
Oh.
Yeah. So
If we're going to break it down, though, that handle is definitely pink and not brass.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brass in the movie, or no? It's just
more
black.
orange.
No, it looks brown like it
Orangish
was
brown
woody.
leather type.
Yeah.
something
Well,
like
you know
that.
what? I can paint it.
But if you have to paint it, then it wasn't the best one that was bought.
Oh, so we're...
The shape
So
of it is all there.
Jake
though.
doesn't know what we're even talking about here.
The Tommy gun?
Yeah.
No, it's
It's
Han Solo's gun.
Han,
Oh.
yeah, it's Han
From
Solo.
right here, my bad. Oh, no disrespect. That's,
no,
Han Solo, I gotta understand that.
So we went to Comic-Con about a month ago or so, and the crew, everybody picked out an item, and I got to choose which one was the best, and we would set them up. I still have other ones I need to set up. We came in with some wrestling figures, Stone Cold and Goldberg.
No, some OG ones that we used to have in the 90s.
Okay. You did have those?
Mm-hmm.
Did you really?
That the lockers
They're
that
right
collapse.
behind you if you
I
want to
know,
grab them. Yeah.
the lockers that collapse, we definitely had that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a set, and then Chris picked out this gun. Mario picked out the flux capacitor. Marcos picked out some brass knuckles. But,
3D printed brass knuckles.
yeah, okay, but they weren't made
That's
of brass.
right up my alley. I like that.
But the top is the golden arches.
Oh,
From
wow.
McDonald's. It's so
Yeah.
stupid. And somehow it made its way to my house.
Oh, it
you
did?
have it?
Yes, it's at my fucking house.
Oh, I've been looking for it.
I think somebody thought it was a kid's toy and put it in a bag with my
Wow.
son's shit. And it's at my house. Like, what
Well,
What
If
do I do
had
with
kids, I wish the McDonald's guy put that in my kids.
that explains why I've been looking
Yeah,
for it. I
it's,
couldn't
it's
find
at my house on my couch. I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this? Yeah.
it. Bring it back.
That's funny. Well, it had the McDonald's, so it just assumed it was going
Yeah,
with
so
you.
somebody thought it was
Yeah,
a kid's toy, like you
that's
said.
funny.
But so I end up picking the gun. What's it called, Chris? What's the name of the gun?
I don't remember the exact name of the
No, if
model.
it's
off the
not memorable, then you didn't.
The
Win.
D1000.
No.
We're a little
you-
competitive, right, Jose?
And then
Yeah.
he did the typical dad thing of,
It's a DL44.
they're all great. They all won, but this one won a little more. Like, man,
He didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah. Did I hurt your feelings?
no, we're all grown ass adults. Just hurt some feelings.
Yeah. So
We'll be all right.
yeah, that was a fun thing. You ever go to any Comic Cons? Are you a fan or anything like that?
Oh yeah, a big well in the realm of like comics, like superheroes. Like I'm a big superhero fan.
Are
Like,
you?
yeah, like Batman, Superman,
Who's your favorite?
Batman, Superman. Batman
they-
and Superman.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. So then, when they fought each other, how'd you feel about that?
Man, I was like internal conflicts, man.
Yeah.
I was like, it was like
Yeah.
yin and yang.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Well, you obviously knew what that thing was, the
Flux capacitor.
flux
Flux capacitor?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you even know how many gigawatts, or what'd you say?
1.21 gigawatts
Gigawatt.
or gigawatts. I don't remember.
Yeah,
what
no,
Doc said.
it sound right. Disconnect. No,
That's my
it
mom,
does say.
man. Growing up with my mom, she put me on all that '90s and
Yeah.
early 2000s pop culture. So
Yeah, it doesn't.
'80s too.
Yeah,
All the Michael
yeah.
Jacksons.
You're one of those old souls.
I think so.
You're what we call a millennial, or millennium, or the Millennium Falcon.
That's
Millennium.
pretty cool reference. To
Millennium.
that. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
remember
a
that.
throwback to that. So the millennials.
Millennials are until
The 90s.
95, right?
I thought 96 because I think Marcos might. Or when was he?
No,
No.
Marticle says 98.
Oh shit. I
But
don't know.
yeah, Jake and Marty will fit right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like probably
Okay.
to 96.
No, okay. Till 96.
Yeah,
From when to when?
81, 96.
Oh no way! I thought it was like a '90s thing. So okay, 81 to 96.
Yeah.
And then we are what generation? Degeneration X.
Oh, ooh, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, you a big wrestling fan? You remember that? You
Yeah.
remember
Oh
the-
yeah, I was
that
in that
wrestling?
era. I mean, low key, yeah. I kind of growing up, I didn't really get to dive into it as much, but I grew up around it. I knew it, and I
Yeah.
liked. It was fun. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
you got
yeah.
John Cena.
Go, well, John Cena's
Yeah.
still. John Cena's still.
Oh,
doing
he's
it.
still there. Randy Orton's still there. They're all
Dude.
there. It's crazy.
So have you been watching what's going on right now? Kind of.
A little bit here
Yeah,
and there.
I
That's
get-
crazy how it's on Netflix on,
Oh, yeah.
on an afternoon.
I've
I'm like,
I've,
wow,
I've
that's
gotten
pretty
myself
crazy.
back into the wrestling game.
Obviously not,
What?
because you don't know that John Cena said that WrestleMania was the last time that he's ever going to wrestle again, so he's not still around.
Yeah, he's still wrestling.
He just won.
Did you listen to what I just said?
Yeah, he said that he was going to stop
That he was
wrestling.
never going to wrestle again after WrestleMania.
Okay.
He said it doesn't matter the amount of money or the promoter. I am never going to
So-
wrestle again.
So he's ending his career on top because he's beat.
He said that before the match.
Yeah, but
He
he's
said it before the match.
he's still wrestling. He was here. I think he was here at Monday Night Raw.
I'm telling you,
And I'm telling you,
after WrestleMania, he's saying he's not going
Jose,
to wrestle again.
Interesting.
I'm gonna tell you, he said before he won WrestleMania that it was his last go around. This is it right here.
So you're trying to
He's
tell me
going-
John Cena, the character, doesn't stand on what he says?
Yeah. He's yeah.
Bad
Because
take.
he's a bad guy now.
Bad take.
Yeah, he's a
The
heel. Yep. And he's still in it. So
don't like that either.
Randy Orton's now wanting to kick his ass. They were friends, but now they're going.
I'm gonna be a hater. I hate that too. That people are calling him that he turned heel
Why?
because it's a technical term. It's like the performance side of it. No, you've never said, "Hey, somebody turned heel" until this whole fucking thing went.
Well, he used to say it back in the day when Stone Cold tried to turn heel. The Rock, he went heel. So just
It's
because
not a
so
common
just
phrase,
because-
and people are using it
No,
like a common phrase.
I mean, we're using it because this is what we're talking about wrestling. That's the only time
I'm saying it's the technical term for
Well, you know
the
what?
taking the good character and flipping him bad, and people are using it like,
You know what,
"Oh, yeah,
from-
he's the heel." Like, nah, man, that's
You know
not
what?
how the fuck it.
from now on, we're going to start using it more often. That way, it can be a part of our vocabulary.
But like that was literally on the internet. Like, John Cena turns heel. Like, but that's not a common term. Like,
It's a-
if you follow wrestling, sure.
Okay.
You know the positions people take and the storyline that they're building. Great. But, just,
Yeah, so as a
he's the heel.
not
So-
a fan
What the
of.
fuck?
I don't know what that
No.
means. I wouldn't have known,
But you just use it in a sentence.
but I would have known.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's not a normal ass term.
No.
Chris.
If you're in the wrestling community, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's not, and she just used it in a regular sentence. That's what I'm saying.
She is part of the wrestling community.
Just like John Cena still wrestles.
He still wrestles. I'm just gonna have to call you when he's on wrestling. I'm gonna say, Jose, what? Turn it on TNT or whatever channel.
Netflix, they got a deal.
Well, yeah, that was.
All right.
Anyway, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's start the show, Chris. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Mod.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
shit,
the Big
that's loud.
Modcast.
I am your host, Big Mod. I got the cast in here with us. I got Chris running the board, Jose in the chair, Sandy in her chair. And before I go ahead and intro our guest, Christian, can you play a read? This podcast is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto: no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
This episode is sponsored by Goal Fire Protection. With over 26 years of fire sprinkler experience, Goal Fire Protection has built our livelihoods on established relationships and providing quality fire sprinkler systems. From retrofits, remodels, service, repairs, new installation, and inspections, simple to the extreme, we can help you every step of the way. No job is too small or too big for our knowledgeable crews. For your free estimate, call 913-441-3390 or email us at gochoa@goalfireprotection.com.
That's
I
all
know.
good.
You know what? I won't. I'll.
No, you can do it.
No, I'll drink a coffee. I'll drink
Oh,
coffee.
I'm disciplined. You're good.
Well, can I try?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You won't like it. It's like dirt.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
if
what,
you're
my-
a black coffee lover, you're a liar. You can't love black. That's such a lie.
Really?
Yeah.
It's terrible. At the fire, oh man, it's terrible.
Maybe after a while of drinking it, and that's all you can taste.
Yeah, if that's all you have, or
That shit tastes good.
it's all you can have, like right
Yeah.
now, I would never drink that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our guest real quick because people are probably listening. Like, golly, who is in the show? So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Jacob Esparza-Hoskins. I always want to say Hoskins. What's my Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me on. This is awesome. This is a lot since I've seen it when I was younger.
You remember coming to this, being in this room?
Yeah, I do. It was still Cowboys themed a little bit, but it didn't have any of this.
Right.
all
Yeah,
this
none of this.
camera
Did
studio.
I
It was
have
awesome.
that? Did I have that big star up?
I think
You
so.
did, yeah.
Yeah, so that
It's
was
been
like,
up there for a long time.
Yeah.
that's one of- I didn't even date it or nothing. I should have, but that was one of the first things I did that I'm still proud of because it's like symmetrical. Everything's squared up. Everything's perfect. So
How long would you say it took you?
it probably took me a week. Yeah, straight week. Working an hour or two on it, trying to make it perfect.
Yeah.
But it's funny though. But people come in and they see it and they be like, "Oh, it's, we saw that shit on your wall." But anyway, but again, yep. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I'm in the tail day till my last weigh-in. Or see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a little thought process is going, but
Yeah.
on the tail end of my weight cut right now. So tomorrow's weigh-ins at 3 p.m. and then Friday night fight.
Friday night. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And it's at the Cable. Is it
Cable
the
Dahmer Arena.
Okay.
Yep.
So the first fight you had was
Cable Dahmer.
Oh, it
Arena.
was there.
Yeah, same place.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's
Okay.
Not to jump into it, but
Yeah.
once you weigh in, though, can you load back up?
Yeah,
Because it's
oh, yeah,
official.
you're-
That, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You're supposed to.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, yeah. You definitely need to get your electrolytes, your salts,
Yeah.
your potassium back in, everything, carbs, food.
Okay. So what's your? We probably even shouldn't talk about food. Never
Oh
mind.
no, we can't. Absolutely. Just makes
Yeah,
you more
I mean,
more
but you know
locked
what?
in.
We'll get into that. It's so it's a big week for you. I'm sure everybody's excited. I'm sure some mom and
Oh,
dad.
man.
Can't wait for Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's a lot.
pretty awesome. But before we get into that, let's go back a little bit, which I like to do. Born and raised in KCK. Where about?
Well, from my accounts of what my mother and my grandpa and everyone's told me, from Quindaro to Central to there's
Indians?
like
So slowly moved.
slowly
south.
migrating south, down this kind of remember Argentine the most during my elementary years, and then Turner, just finish it off, and then just after Turner I was just kind of on my own, just living 18, living on my own in the city, worked for the fire department so young,
that's
so
where you're at now. Yep.
but yeah.
Back in the day, I mean, do you remember your childhood much?
Man, that's one thing. I remember until about 5. Like before 5, I can't remember anything.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
with you. Yeah, I can't
I'm like,
remember
I don't
that far
remember
back.
Pat before 5. There's a
Yeah.
couple memories spouted in that I was 5. I remember being on a yellow electric dump truck. Like I remember that vividly when I was 5 years old in Berkshire area.
Okay.
In Berkshire Apartments. I remember that vividly. Like it was one of my parties or something. I remember that driving on that hill. That was when I was like 5. I can remember that because there was a picture of that. I was like, I remember that day.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and I was going to ask you that because I think a lot of pictures help not necessarily bring back memories, but like it's forced into your head as a memory, and then you think
About that moment.
about that moment. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like I have a picture that of me in a. You guys familiar with Casper, the friendly ghost?
Yeah.
So I was in a costume of Casper, and standing with my dad, and we took a picture. And for some reason, I think I remember that, but it's a picture. But I see it as me putting on the mask and standing there with my dad, and then do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean?
I am, but I'm stuck at what the fuck's a Casper costume? Just a white sheet?
No, this is back in the day.
So that's why I ask Casper, the friendly ghost. Are you familiar with it?
He's white.
Yeah, but
And
he
he's a
wasn't.
ghost.
And he wasn't in a sheet. He was just this little kid with a big head, big white head.
And that was when you had the plastic mask that you would wear over your face.
But he said a costume. I'm trying to.
It is. It was a costume.
But the costume was so you had the Casper mask, but the costume was like
A plastic.
it was plastic and it just said Casper the friendly. It wasn't a this.
It was not a white. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a white sheet. It was just So like I said, I see that picture. And
You can't get past that.
Yeah, I even had a Snoopy one.
But Snoopy's a character. Casper's
Yeah.
just like a shape.
But not too many people saw Snoopy head on. So his snout was like this big, and it just didn't look right. Usually when you see Snoopy, it's a profile, and you see his ear and his,
His snout.
Yeah, but that was a weird costume. It didn't look. Anyway, indoor or outdoor kid when you were younger?
A good mix of both, I'd say, because you gotta be versed in both. I was like on the games because I knew like all the kids were nerdy, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to get fall behind with like not being a good gamer. But I was like, oh, gotta be outside because then I'll fall behind with these kids who are outdoors adventure kids. So I was like, you gotta have a mix of both. So I'd say honestly, both mix of both.
But weren't you already playing sports too when you were younger and kind of already?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yep.
Did you own a bike, skates, a skateboard? I mean,
I tried all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say you lived there in Brookshire for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. Our last guest lives there right now.
Really?
Yeah, so it's cool how it mixes it. But and that's those are hills right there. I mean, right?
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're on the street or even the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, the big hills down 14th. From bombing those hills on a bike or something. Yeah, that's pretty skateboard for sure.
So
I definitely didn't skateboard after that one.
14th Street Hill. You've been down on the skateboard on that?
No.
Bike.
I've not been on. I've ran and I've been down it like just jogging, but I've never been on it on a bike. No, I've
But
had
you've ran
stories. I've seen stories on the fire department side where I've ran car wrecks from that hill. That's pretty crazy. But other than that,
So then so it goes all the way down to Ruby Avenue,
Metropolitan.
right? And then down to Metropolitan.
Yep.
So the car accidents are usually right.
Well, this one was a wild one because this one was like people on their evening crackheads. They were out and about, literally crackheads, and they stole a car, and they didn't know where they were going, and they were just floating down that hill thinking it went away. They hit the bottom of Ruby to Met, and then flew over into the train tracks.
Dude, and
Yeah.
if that's
One survived, the rest were
if that's
folded.
you know
Wow.
but you see this is what's crazy is that happened back when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the same. You can.
We
wouldn't even
would
think
play
about that.
basketball there at Franklin, and we heard a car coming down,
Ooh, yeah.
and we just saw it. Oh, we weren't. No, we were playing tennis baseball, and we saw it coming down, and we just stopped. We watched it, and it just went across Metropolitan and shoot right
Floated right over the tracks.
into the woods.
Dang.
And then
Yeah.
we're like, game on, and then we kept playing ball. You know,
Call the fire department.
Yeah.
What we gonna do?
well, I mean, we didn't have phones back then, so we just kind of like watched it. We're like, all right, who's next? What's the
Yeah.
score? Yeah, so it's crazy you said that because it's probably happened quite a bit.
Oh man, I
And
think
then
we
you
slowed
can't-
down, but still, yeah. that's
And then I
pretty
guess you
scary.
can't put wall or a barricade or something because
Yep.
I mean it'll kill them, probably kill
Right,
somebody
just-
instantly.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But then, damn, but then you're gambling
it's just a
'cause
danger. Yeah,
That
they
road is
yeah.
going east west.
I think when they did it, they didn't think about the safety later.
Right, yeah.
People. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad city planning.
That's crazy. Favorite? What was your favorite sport back in the day?
Well, favorite sport, man. Well, it was football for a long time because that's what I kind of played.
Okay, but so before you put
So
on the
did
pads,
you do baseball? Did you do soccer? Did you do basketball?
I did
all
them
of those
yeah,
things.
everything. I did soccer. We did soccer. We did basketball, baseball, everything really. So, I mean, favorite one I found was probably boxing. Like when I mean,
Really?
it was like I had a bad story with the first time I ever did like indoor sports was karate when I was like
Oh.
5.
Okay.
And like I
Yeah,
didn't
we tell bad stories on here on the show too. So.
not too bad. It's just like a reason. Like it was an embarrassing moment. Like I go in there at 5 years old and like I'm in the karate gi and like my mom left me and I was just like, I don't know, had separation anxiety. I don't know what it
Oh,
was.
yeah,
and I
yeah,
go
yeah.
in there and then like
Yeah.
I'm in there with a bunch of goofy people who are like all like ready
Yeah.
to rock and roll and I'm like a young 5-year-old and I just like sat and cried in front of class. I was like, oh man. Sat and cried. I didn't go back to karate after that.
Yeah, there's your memory. You held on to
Yeah.
that one.
Oh yeah.
So
That's why.
and then let's go to basketball. Do you remember playing basketball for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The stars.
Yeah. Okay.
We were ballers.
Well, I mean, that's why I don't know if you remember this.
Oh yeah, those were the stars. I remember I had the Kobe. I always had my Kobe's on. I was
Yeah.
ready to rock and roll.
Do you remember the squad back then? You remember? Do you?
I remember a couple of us. Yeah, Mario for sure. Carlos. Who else is on there? There's a lot of people. I can't.
Carlos Olivas,
Yep. Then
or was it Carlos? Well, no, I had Carlos Olivas playing, but I think Carlos.
No, Carlos is a little bit older than them though. It he wouldn't be that Carlos.
No, then it would be cousin Carlos,
Oh.
Carlos Villa.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
because we played down at Turner,
we played
Right.
Turner. Did we play?
Turner Rec, and then
Did we
we
play
played.
Guadalupe Center? Or no?
No, I
No.
don't think so. I don't think I ever took you guys. there.
Okay. But yeah, I remember that those days. Those were pretty fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about any baseball?
Little sluggers. I don't know. That was
Yeah.
Turner Rec League again.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
where we all started, right?
Yeah,
Was the Turner.
Exactly. My dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did
so-
your dad coach you?
I think so. A couple years in
Okay,
elementary.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then let's go talking about football, because you had a great high school football career, right? State titles? Any state titles for you guys?
No
No?
state titles. We had a couple districts and regionals.
Mhm.
I mean, that doesn't mean nothing. If you don't win championship, you're nothing.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
But no, I had a couple of individual awards, but it's hard to do something when your team is.
Right.
Now I know if it's fighting is a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
Everything you lose, we know why you lost. It's because of you. But in a team sport,
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do in team
Right.
sports, and it's just like I had my. I don't like to be like that, especially on a team, because that's what it. But in that time, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm out to get my own. Like, I'm sorry, you guys aren't on this. You guys are all your own things going. Like,
Yeah. So you graduated when? What year?
14.
Okay. So the
2014.
same year with Mario.
Yeah.
Okay. So then.
Over a decade ago. Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of that, did you guys 10-year reunion?
It was on my birthday, so I definitely missed it.
But it was planned and.
They did have something, yeah. I got like a Facebook invite, but I was like, dude, that's on my birthday. I'm sorry. I don't really like you guys that much.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Y'all ain't care about me for 10 years until you hit me up on my birthday.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
That's funny. Well, what would you say is your most memorable moment in at high school, as far as football?
Man, is
What
it
school?
like
Sorry, I missed that.
Shawnee Mission Northwest?
Northwest. Okay. Yeah,
Northwest. Man, you said football memory?
Yeah.
But you were playing No, you didn't.
No.
That was your brother. Okay.
No, it was Gabe. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Favorite football memory from high school? I have one that's probably just like, it was against Olathe North, and it was a rainy game. It was they were supposed to be a state title contenders, run it back type thing.
Yeah.
And they gave my team and me no credit, and I was just like, wow, that put a fire in my ass that whole game. So like that game, I didn't start on offense because my coach was a hater because he didn't like half mixed boys apparently.
Really?
And I'm half Mexican, so
Right,
I was a part of that
yeah,
crew.
yeah, okay.
So they didn't play us on the offensive side. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's how we going. But whatever. So I took that out on the first play of kickoff. It was raining. I ran down, and I lit up their return man, and I stood over him, and I said, hit the weight room, little bitch. And my whole sideline went crazy. Refs threw flags. My coach grabbed me. I didn't give a shit. I looked up, and the crowd was just going crazy. It's turned the game around, and we ended up winning that game, and that was the moment.
Was it a home game?
No, it was an away game.
Oh, it was over there.
Yeah. No, it was a home game. It was so Shawnee Mission North.
Yeah, so you
North
played
side.
at North.
Yeah,
okay.
so yeah.
Yeah, so they had to come this way to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember that.
I'm trying to remember that who was on that team because I think some of those guys were D1 athletes
From
From
North.
from
Olathe
Olathe
North?
North. Yeah, because they're the ones that blew up Marcos and Will.
Oh,
They were behind me. That class was. They had
I cannot remember their
Isaiah
names.
Simmons.
There you go.
Simmons,
There you go.
yeah.
Simmons,
yeah, he played for New York, I think.
The
right now.
Giants. The Giants
yeah.
and I think the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was a year below me. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
or
okay,
a couple
okay.
years below me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Who would you say was the biggest rival?
Shawnee Mission West.
It was West.
It was West. Yeah, West was our biggest.
Really?
Yeah,
Did
just
they-
from like, I don't know what it was. I think it was just like mostly like the trash talk between the girls and the guys. I don't know. Or the guys, the girlfriends of the guys here and the girlfriends of the guys. I don't know. That's what it was. Some Johnson County fights. I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, I could take you to where I live. and
Right?
You guys would probably.
yeah.
I keep my windows and doors locked.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Did you enjoy high school?
For the most part, I mean, looking back, absolutely, I got treated very well. Respect, everything you could ever need, but just, unfair and not knowing, like, then at the time, their trials, as opposed to, like, thinking, like, woe's me type attitude. So, I mean, looking back, yeah, everything was fine, but, like, I kind of made those personal and, like, I took those with me. But, I mean, they are who helped mold me to who I am today.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But, I mean, for me, high school's all right. Looking back, it was a waste of fucking time. I tell everybody, man, my brother, I made him grow up quick. I was like, dude, you're going to have to learn about money, taxes, and how to change a damn tire.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
teach you shit in high school, buddy.
Yeah.
And how do you
Yeah.
change your oil? Oh, but now they do. I mean,
Yeah.
in high school, they probably have like automotive shop club, but they don't push stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
this is, please, we got to teach kids to make.
I
do
know, right?
things.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite class?
I did.
Spanish?
Poquito.
There you go.
My favorite class was probably my favorite teacher.
Okay, so who was that?
Anthony Stubenrow. He's also the football coach and one of the head basketball coaches.
Oh,
for
okay.
Northwest.
So what did he teach?
What did he teach? That mofo. I'm trying to remember. Like, what was it? Social studies? Is
Oh,
that,
okay.
What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
What is that
Mhm.
referred in high school? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
it
I
might just
think
be
it
social
was
studies.
social studies.
Or human, something like that.
Okay.
Or human government or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of just current event guy, and he's real cool, laid back, and he's also my coach, so
Yeah.
athlete, and
Yeah.
always.
So you kind of got away with.
Oh,
with it.
absolutely! I ran that school. Behind the scenes, I did anything I wanted. They're like, where are you going? I'm getting food for the principal. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. When was the last time you stepped in Northwest?
It was actually when my brother.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
He had his graduation, and then when they run state championship last year for basketball.
Did
Yes,
they
that's
go
right.
back to back?
Yep, they
They
won
did, right?
back to back. Yep,
They-
that was pretty
they-
wild.
Did they keep everybody from the year before?
Yeah, they had the same starters. So my brother's class, all seniors, were second string to the juniors because they were that good.
Yeah.
And I mean, my brother's class was still that really good. Like all of my brother and the second string all got honorable mentions. Like, cause that's how good that team was. They lost. They were 25-0. Yeah, they
Really?
were good. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, and speak of your little brother, he come a long way.
Oh, absolutely.
When he was with Coach Mike.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's a man. That's one thing. If he could do, I don't know. He might do both at the next level. If
Yeah.
he won, he might just try out
Wow.
walk on basketball too.
Good for him.
He's still hooping down there right now at JUCO hooping
That's-
as
no,
well.
that's
I mean, not on the teams, but he'll
Yeah.
in there
Yeah.
giving him buckets. I'm like, well, be careful because
That's
you got
good, yeah.
D1 football.
Yeah. That's awesome. I may have to bring him in here too one day.
Get both of us. Do a
There you
double.
go. Yeah, yeah. You come in solo. But
Oh,
then
I
you
can
come
tell
in-
you, he'll be like, dude, you don't want to know the stories he made me do. He'd be waking up 4 a.m. to get training, and I'm like, you're up or you're not living with me.
Damn. If you could go back in time and go to Northwest and see you there, is there anything you'd say to yourself?
How many words do I get to say?
As much as you want.
Oh man, we're changing the bloodline right then and there. 2014 would be the last. Yeah, you take me my senior or freshman year or senior year, whichever time. Let me use that flux capacitor. I'm going back. Oh, I'm telling myself, strive for your goals. Don't stop. Don't quit ever. Don't listen to my best advice I've learned and accumulated the last 10 years of since post high school.
Yeah.
Is don't follow advice from people whose shoes you wouldn't want to be in. That's my biggest thing. I would tell me my old self that
Really?
immediately.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be in those shoes, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. And also my other thing, that's why I said, how many words can I say? Because I was like, follow God and never follow path. Always stick with God, 100%. Always.
Yeah.
So that's the two things I would definitely say to my old self.
That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. I can visualize all that. It'd be funny.
I honestly, it almost seems like that I get to do that with Gabe, so I'm really grateful and blessed that I do get to kind of see that real life flux capacitor in use because Gabe's literally 10 years younger than me, and I'm like,
Wow,
that's
is
perfect.
it really 10 years?
Yep.
Yep.
So a lot of people, we have that now that I get to grow my facial hair out for maybe 2 weeks since I've been off.
Oh, that's
So
right. Yeah.
I have to have clean shaving for the fire department. So
Yeah.
with that,
that's right.
we're almost twins. People
Yeah.
they're like, whoa, you guys look alike. I'm like,
Well, good for you. I mean, you look 10 years younger.
yeah, I get carded. I'm like, dang, dude, I'm 30 almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure, Jose, you go through that too, right? People say you look younger than what you look.
I don't know how people say it, but I'll get carded every now and then. Still.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
Do you have to think about it?
32, 33 this year.
33 this year.
Something like that.
That's funny. Before we get into the mixed martial arts, did you get into any scuffles or fights in high school?
Well, that was the thing. I got into fights when I was elementary, and they were more in the rougher areas where I grew up. So I kind of knew okay, these were bigger kids, and these kids don't really play. So I kind of knew there was a sense of degree of who I'm fighting versus who so I could when I'd have to protect myself back then, down in Argentina or when we were around there, man, there's nobody. You gotta figure it out. But in high school, people had that. They kind of knew I did boxing growing up, especially when I came over to on the football team. So in high school, there was a house party, and one person wanted to try me, and the whole house was like, "Bro, no, please, no."
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, if he comes near me, I'm gonna have to just let it happen."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Other than that, no, I've never had a problem. Just because, I mean, I like to present myself as someone who I'm able to joke around. I have thick skin. I'll help a person. I'll give a person a shirt off my back at any given time, but don't disrespect me. Or disrespect someone in front of me. That's just kind of a teetering measure of because that's when I can flip a switch, and I for the most part never do that.
Yeah.
But it can happen if I need to. But no, I've never had that, or I saved it for the field or competing or something like that.
Let's go. Yeah, well, let's get right in it. You're an MMA fighter. Wow, man, that's awesome. How long have you been doing this now?
it's been an accumulation of years on and off, but I started MMA at Marathon in 2023.
Okay.
But fighting, I started to get back the itch for fighting in 2021 when they wanted me to do the guns and hoses for the boxing.
Oh, yeah.
So it was probably, 2021 when I started wanting to do the guns and hoses, and the cops, a lot of my buddies who were cops were like, man, you don't want to fight me. I'm like, bro, come on, dude. I work out every day. You eat donuts every day. Come on, like, don't play me.
So did you?
So I have a funny story for that. Like if that's what.
Yeah.
So like they asked me to try. Well, I wanted to do it. So they're like, all right, come down to the boxing gym, try out. Like you'll need to work out for 2 weeks straight before we have our tryout, and then I'll grade you guys on a scale of 1 to 5. 1, you probably need to work more, and you probably won't get a fight. 2 to 3, you're in the range where I could work with you. You'll definitely get a fight. He's like, 4, I might not be able to find you a fight because you're a little advanced, you're a little too aggressive. Or 5, you're pro. What are you doing here, firefighting? And so they called me in. We did the workout for about 2 weeks, got in shape, and then we did the actual hour interview process workout. And there was 100 applicants that time, and I was like, man, it's gonna take a while. So I got mine done maybe midway through the pack, and I'm just sitting there, just kind of going through the mitts after, and I did it my best. I was went through hard, and I, got called last, and I'm like, that last person getting called, I'm like, man, he doesn't call my name, and then he calls my name, very last person closing up the gym. He's like, hey man, remember my scale I said to you? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, you're a 5. He's like, you need to be working on this craft. He's like, something's different about you. Have you done this before? I was like, yeah, I boxed at Turner Boxing and grew up boxing and wrestling since I was 12 years old. And he was like, well, you should work on this. He's like, you kind of got a gift here. And I was like, oh, okay. So just refined my skills a whole nother year. And he was like, come back again. Let's set you up with maybe a exhibition pro match next year with the boxing. And as during that year passed, I got into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that got me hooked into just learning Muay Thai. And then I got into Muay Thai. So while I was training for Guns and Hoses, I got into Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in 2021 as well. So I was doing all 3 just because I was so intrigued with it, and I was like, wow, it's literally the art of fighting. It's just you learn the different disciplines and you just dive in just like any other sport. And it's wild what I learned and the knowledge and how it all plays into mixed martial arts at the end. So, but no, so that's how that happened, and that's where it sparked this whole getting into the fighting. And then they wouldn't allow me. The next year I trained 2 years straight trying to get a fight. Everyone's ready for me to fight. They're like, dude, I can't find you a cop that's even in your range in the United States. They tried to pull people from the United States, from the police and fire game, that kind of police and fire. So they couldn't find anybody. They were and last minute at least, but they were like, man. So that kind of itched me, and I was like, man, I gotta fight. I gotta do something. 'Cause 2 years straight, I've been working my ass off, and I've been in shape, and I'm hungry, biting, and that's when I went into mixed marathon in 2023, and I told told Trey Ogden, the head coach, I was like, hey, I'm going to train here. I'm going to do this. I want to, get acclimated before I fight, but I would love to fight underneath you and for your team. And, things happened, transpired throughout that. And it finally, 2 years later, I'm telling you, I wanted to fight again. And that's all, push back. And then it all happened on 1 day notice. I got a call
Yeah. Because it was
last minute, do you want to fight? I was like, absolutely. I've been waiting for this moment for 4 years straight, but it's all God's timing. So it all happened when it needed to happen. And, the rest is now the rest is now history moving forward with fight this week. And then hopefully again in July, get on a couple more.
Oh, okay. So hopefully, faster then. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I definitely want to fast track this. I got the candle burning is what me and my coach say.
So what about when that last minute, entry into your very first fight versus or compared to now what you're having to go through and as you're preparing for this fight,
so it's a lot different. I was telling my buddy, he was dropping me off before this, it's a lot different because that was a moment's notice of I'm anticipating, I'm hungry, so hungry. I'm still hungry for it and I'm still locked in, but now it's it's a lot more preparation. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be like, that was like flip the switch, cut the weight, and go.
Yeah.
And like my coach was just like, you're ready. Just in that sense of like not knowing what to do in the cage the first time. Like, I mean, I just reverted back to training, and we've done thousands of hours of sparring. I was like, oh, okay, it's normal. But now knowing the process, now I'm a little bit more calm for that. Like,
Oh, okay.
Stay in the cage, but I will be probably adrenaline dumping and probably adrenaline going crazy. But
Yeah.
just like, it's different because I'm having to stay disciplined longer.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other one where it was just quick.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
my coach negotiated. We got it right on, like, a weight because they 24 hours, so my guy needs, 10 pounds if 24 hours. But yeah, a different weight cut is a little different. And it's like I said, discipline. And
Yeah. So you
there's
think
different factors in,
Yeah.
but it's worth it. It's a lot of, it's hard, but it's worth it. Hard is worth it. So
Yeah.
I like it.
And so
sounds like-
May, and then you'll do it again in July. Or
They
open in
have
July?
FAC has a card in July. I'm hoping I can get. on
Oh,
there.
okay. Okay.
It sounded like you took some time off from work for the weight cut. Because
Yes.
obviously you can't be
Absolutely,
fighting
yeah.
fires.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely. I took about a week right before fight week, just a nice prep, and I thought that was really good for my mind, mental, and
Yep.
just body heal. Because, dude, at the firehouse as well, like, we do run calls, and sometimes we got to pick up 400-pound people, and I'm like, oh man, deadlifting today.
Yeah.
And that we'll have to pick them up 3 times a day, or that'll be 4 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That messes up my sleep schedule, my REM, and I really like to do a lot of, dive into the science behind your nutrition and physical
okay.
health. So like with sleep is a big thing, and being a fireman or anything in public service, if you're not getting sleep overnight, you're just taking years off your health and life. It's insane. So that's why, like, if I never get a hold of people in the daytime, I'm probably sleeping.
How many hours of sleep do you need?
You need 8 to 10.
8 to
That's
10.
what they say, but I run on 5.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, it's 5, and then that's the bad part. But I mean, I have no choice.
Yeah, with your job.
With my
yeah.
job and then training, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna miss training. Like, you can't. That's just what you have to sacrifice. It's, do you want those years now or do you want those years later? And I'm like,
Do you do any training there at the firehouse?
every hour of the
Really?
day. Oh yeah, if I'm not working,
People think you're Looney Tune or.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, dude. I work out 4 or 5 times a day.
Jake's he's up on the rafters doing pull-ups.
No shit. Nah, they caught me out there doing that once, climbing the rope all the way to the top. They're like, "You are crazy." I'm like,
Ring the bell while you're up there.
yeah,
Isn't
on the
that-
ladder.
isn't that-
Actually, on the ladder, I put the rope on the ladder and climb up the ladder. But I mean, I also do it for my life though too, because as a fireman, like, that's how I've always trained, because it literally is your life depends on it, or others' lives depend on it. So like, that's how I take my training, and that's how it is when I'm in the cage. Is like, now this is my job. My job is to always protect and serve, and my job is to always make the job happen. If the job doesn't happen, then people die, or I don't complete the task at hand. And if that doesn't happen, then that just can't. You're a loser, or you've just failed your team, and you can't fail in this job. Otherwise, bad consequences. So I know, like,
Yeah.
the risk versus rewards, and like, that's why, like, with fighting, it's.
What firehouse are you out of?
I'm at the new one in Turner.
Oh, you
616. Yeah, we're in the Taj Mahal. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
Is it pretty nice? There?
Oh my lord, it's like Johnson County.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a real fire.
That's
It's
fun.
like a real
Because
fire.
where were you before?
Argentine.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
The one right there by Emerson.
Yep. 27th and Strong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With,
Well, I figured you were somewhere in that area when you were talking about 14th Street.
oh yeah.
You know,
right
I was
there.
like, yeah, okay.
Yep. What's the game plan right now for your next match? I mean, I know you don't want to say too much, but
Oh no, that's fine. Well, I had a different opponent change within a week ago.
oh
Yeah,
no
so
way.
I had
Wait
a
a minute.
guy-
So the flyer that's out right now is the flyer that's out right now? Is that
there's 2. One was against another guy named Fabella, and this one's against Stockton. So the new one's against Stockton. The new
Okay.
one is. But yeah, the first guy was about my size, and he was a kickboxer. So we were just gonna scrap and kind of go at it. Use a little bit of game. But this guy's a little taller. He got 6'1", so he got a little reach advantage. But
you'll be all right?
Did they tell you why he backed out? Was it a good reason?
Because he found out Jake was the number 5. And yeah,
I don't know. Not that I
he's
know.
overqualified.
'Cause it just feels like, I mean, if you're mentally like
Preparing
training
for
for
someone.
this guy,
Yeah.
to all of a sudden change that,
But
it's just like,
I think,
what
but
the fuck?
but it happens. I mean, it, you know,
I mean, it happens
it
in
could-
like
Oh yeah.
It could have
Big
been in
pros
his
too,
train.
yeah.
It could have been in his training where he just broke something or tore something.
Exactly.
And,
How about the
knows?
guy that was waiting for his opponent, and here comes Jake in that at the last minute?
yeah.
So things like that do happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they always gotta happen. So shout out to my promoter for
Like yeah.
Joe getting that taken care of.
Yep. So I mean, you're 1-0 at the moment, right?
Yes, sir.
Going for number 2.
So is this your
Wishing you lots of
professional
luck.
career?
Not yet.
No,
Well,
no,
not yet.
Not okay.
Not
I don't
yet.
know how it works.
Not
Okay.
yet. That's the plan because
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. So I mean, what is your goal in this MMA journey?
my goal in this MMA journey, just like what I talked with my father, my coaches, and you know my best friends, is take it right till the wheels fall off.
Take it to the next level.
Take it take it to where UFC. Why not? Why not dream? Why not shoot for the stars?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if a man can bleed, a man can go to the I just look at it like this. Like I've done so much behind the scenes stuff like that. I can do this. Like you know, there's people who do extraordinary things, and there's people who do things who are disciplined. They just keep staying at it, like David Goggins kind of style. Like
Yeah.
there's people who are extraordinary by just showing up every day, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not world class in something, but you know what? I'll show up every day, and I've been
Right.
doing. I've proofing that for the fire department for damn near 10 years. I'm like, man,
Dang.
and I'm looking at the pay. I love being a fireman. Don't get me wrong, but in the real world, when we get out to the realm of like, you know, financial stability and stuff like that, and the way the world is right now, like you got to make some money. And I'm like fighting. I make a lot of money in minutes compared to a lot of money overnight and all this stuff. You know, the math isn't math, and the pay isn't paying right now. Is pretty much the basis of what I'm saying with the fire department. So, and then in the news recently, you know, it's it's so bad, our job's so risky, and then all of a sudden a paramedic gets stabbed in the back of an ambulance, like right across the river. Like,
I know.
I was thinking about you when you were coming in. I was like, man.
Yeah, that was a terrible thing that happened. We were
Yeah.
all on shift, and
Yeah.
it was terrible.
It's crazy. I didn't know anything about it. And I was talking to a friend of mine a few days ago, and he was giving me the news. I mean, he told me, and he was just telling me his wife, and it's because his son is a firefighter as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
So it makes it more personal.
and it made it
Oh, yeah.
really personal, especially for mom. You know.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
Where's the next venue? Like I wouldn't believe that Kansas City is that big of an MMA place. Like where's
But wait, weren't they just here?
Yeah, they had UFC.
I mean,
Kansas
they
City.
travel for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm
Oh,
saying,
okay,
like, for
okay.
you, like, as you're moving through your journey,
Oh,
is it like
Gotcha.
St. Louis is a good place for it? Or
Well,
like
actually,
from Omaha?
here in Kansas City, the FAC
They do
is
that?
actually the
Okay.
Midwest pretty premier FAC.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So they have that's where a lot of the guys that we have. They had about 4 or 5 guys in the UFC fight last Saturday from the FAC, same organization that I'm in
Oh.
right now. So yeah, I have nothing but respect for them. They're a highly sought after organization, and they're pretty profound in the Midwest. So
as long as you stick with this group,
I
there's a
feel- I
good
believe
chance
so.
that you can make your way.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
But I mean, it's as long as you have to do the work.
Yeah.
I have to put in the work no matter what. But
Right.
yeah, absolutely. I feel they have good presentations, good performances, good showing, good representation, just good overall.
Yeah.
But
promotion.
Camel Dahmer, I guess, is your
Yeah.
home field, I guess, or
I
whatever.
would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if they allow that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty great arena. I like it.
And so, do we get a lot of people from Kansas City that are into the
I
MMA? Do
I
you
would
fill the
believe
house? Do you
so.
guys like?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they
Cable
pack it?
Dahmer's pretty packed, and then the UFC at T-Mobile was sold out.
Was
there,
it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So
Wow.
that's surprising to me too. I didn't know like the MMA community's getting that big. So
Where's,
pretty cool.
Where's this new opponent from? Not Kansas City?
Kansas. No,
Oh,
he's
is
from
he
Kansas City.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
he'll have
local.
some people there too.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
So
I
would there
think
ever
so.
be a time where you, if there's, let's say Oklahoma,
Oh, absolutely. I
they
would
need a
take fight.
fighter,
I would
and they
love
say,
to.
hey, would you like to go there?
Absolutely. If
Yeah.
if the
It makes
things,
sense.
if it makes sense, yeah. If the things all stars aligning a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
because
You don't wanna just go
I don't want
for-
to just take driving there. I got a truck and gas money,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. So I got to make
Yeah.
sure the promoter knows. Like,
Yeah.
I
mean,
need some taken care of.
But
for
I
my
mean, to
time.
travel like that, I mean, so right now you have a coach, trainer, right?
Yes, I have two. I have two
Excuse
coaches. Trey Ogden, the head coach and owner of Marathon Mixed Martial Arts
Okay.
in Overland Park, and then
Okay.
I also work with my buddy Marcus Gonzalez. He's actually a firefighter and ex-pro boxer and
Oh.
jiu-jitsu black belt. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
but the best part about that is he works with me at the station.
Oh,
So like I have my best friend, trainer, everything right there, and my coach. It's almost like overbearing sometimes. Even at home, like if I'm at home, I'm just like at peace. I'm like yes, but when I'm at work, it's like I have a dad, brother, coach, everything
Yeah.
all in one. So it's a big blessing. So
I
I
mean,
work with those two.
so then he's watching you, and he's
yeah, oh yeah, he's there.
Right.
He knows, so he's there every day on my head. So
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, if you're cool with it, I guess that's just the way it's got to roll. Then,
That's
right?
the way it has to roll. If I want to get to where I want to get to,
Right.
That's what we.
Does he work out with you? I mean,
Yeah, he'll work out with me. Yeah, but he'll actually train. Like we roll together. He teaches me my jiu-jitsu and
Okay.
like,
Oh,
Yeah, it's good. Like-
yeah.
okay.
Is that what do you call that sparring? When
Rolling jiu-jitsu.
it's-
If you're grappling, grapple spar.
Okay.
Sparring and grappling. Yeah,
Okay.
grappling.
all right, how long has he been your trainer? Since
Well, we've worked together in Argentine since we got on the fire department together.
Oh,
but
crazy.
He's been training me like hardcore, I'd say, with jiu-jitsu and stuff, probably the last 3 years.
okay,
Yeah, so 2022, 2023. But
that's cool.
Okay, so I'm not MMA. I mean, I don't know a whole lot. So, do you have a technique? Is that what it is? Is the
jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu that you rely on, or do you do the boxing as well? Or
So like for me, like I said, I kind of.
Mixed martial arts. It's
okay,
everything's
I'm
just-
not. I know, but I
yeah.
feel like sometimes
But no, some people do have specialties, and some
Right.
people carry those differently. But like in this world, I like to be like one of my favorite fighters is George St. Pierre,
Okay.
and I like to be, and he also emulates another one of my other mentors who I like but
Yeah.
another fighter, Bruce Lee.
Okay.
So
Oh.
they all coincide. Be water, my friend. So
Yeah.
that's the same way like to approach my training and my fighting is how do you be like water? Water put it in a bottle becomes a bottle. Put it in a coffee cup becomes a coffee cup. So how do you become a mixed martial artist? You dive into every single mixed martial arts, take what the best from each one, put it in your own persona, your own bag, rumble it up, and now you have your bag of what your different tools. So for me, I'm very blessed that I was in boxing so young. I was doing wrestling in middle school and
Yeah.
high school, and I played football, so I had that mentality to just go for the
Yeah.
takedown. And then when I was older, right now, when I'm learning the sport, it's like I'm older, so my brain is developing more, and I get to learn the techniques, and it's coming faster. And I'm like, whoa, because my brain is working and operating on a higher level.
Yeah.
So like when I'm learning Muay Thai, the art of 8 limbs, so it's like your knees, your elbows, your hands, and feet. So you got that, and then you have jujitsu. So like I use it all, honestly.
Okay,
So I
okay.
mix it up, but I mean, I don't want to give away too much of what,
Right.
what I
Right.
am,
No, no,
but
Right.
That's-
just,
I get
just
it.
George St. Pierre style. I gotta have it all. I gotta be a jack of all. But yeah.
Okay.
See, mixing all that together to produce something. And that's what I do when I make my cheese.
Where in the world?
Yes, you
that's
do.
the best.
Your recipe, you put everything together, bam, and it just comes out.
Okay.
Fire.
Okay.
See, that's what. Yeah.
Muy bien.
See, that's what Jake's gonna do.
Oh.
That's cool.
the
Is there still a lot to the sport that you need to learn? Or
Oh,
just-
absolutely.
Yeah.
To put it this way, if you aren't in the mindset, like I like to think I'm humble. I mean, people could say otherwise, but I've worked my ass off and I walk the walk, I talk the talk.
Yeah.
But in the sense of like when I say this, and I truly mean it, is a student of the game for life. If you want a student of the game for life in mixed martial arts or the fight game, you have just lost. Because every day you have to come and you have to learn and you have to put in the battle, because someday there's going to be a
Go ahead.
motherfucker who is
Yeah.
bigger than you, badder than you, out tactically, like better than you, versed, and you didn't put in that work when you should have put in that work, and they're going to beat you. And that's how you have to be. That's how you have to think. And like I said, mixed martial arts, for me at least, it's like everyone's on their phone for an hour a day scrolling. I'm on my phone looking up mixed martial arts for an hour, or I'm writing it down, reiterating, reciting it. Just like my coach told me, after practice, I'm writing down my notes, because if you don't put that in and retain it, what are you putting it in when people are scrolling or TikToking or whatever? If my settings on all my social medias are just fight stuff, and that's what I'm like. I want to see only fight stuff. I got hand on my right here. My whole background on my screen is what I will do in the next week.
Yeah.
I just write it out. That's what I have.
Yeah, that's cool.
I will make weight. I will finish Stockton. I will outwork myself. I will be a professional fighter. I will be on weight. I will be God's strongest warrior. I will make more money. I will help more people. I will go the extra mile. I will be a light to this world every day. And every time you walk, look at your phone. That's what just.
Yes.
I could have went pro. Yeah. Not good.
That's
Yeah,
just-
good for you.
So-
That's the way to do it. I mean, then hopefully people out there that are watching this say, you know what, that's the right mind. You know,
That's
that you
the
should be in.
only way to have it, because if you don't, you're just gonna sit and be sad, or you're just gonna sit
Yeah.
and be complacent, and that's
Yeah.
the worst thing that can happen. Movement is vida. Movement, living, gotta go.
Okay, so let me ask you this on the mom's perspective, because I'm not sure that I'm a fan of watching people get beat up and kicked and kneed and all of that stuff. How's your mom taking all this?
She just kind of has to a little bit. She's kind of feeling a little bit like you. She's sad. She doesn't want to see her baby
Yes.
get, hit and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, I gotta make something, and I gotta do something.
Yeah.
So but I'm working my ass off to where I'm gonna protect this for you, mother. So that's
There
what
you
I tell
go.
her.
There you
so,
go. Yes.
you know.
Yeah. I know. I mean, we love watching, our kids perform and do those things, and we're going to always be the biggest cheerleaders, but yeah.
Some of them are
it's-
just a little more riskier than others.
Yeah.
But
You know, and us dads, I'm sure we feel the same way. You know, I'm sure your dad's probably on his toes, like.
oh yeah,
let's go,
he's
let's
excited.
go.
He's always excited. He always is like. He's like another trainer for me. Honestly.
I bet,
he's
yeah.
fun. He's always sending me stuff. Always an extra set of eyes and ears for just little cues. That he's like, dude, check out this thing that Khabib did. I'm like, all right, thanks. So check out these like little like extra like nutritional guides like Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
He'll just send them throughout the day. He's always hype. I'm like, all
So
right.
that's funny. He's probably getting into all of this because was he into all of that stuff before? I mean, I know he was working out and things like that, but like this part of the MMA.
He was always a fight fan. Always got the
okay.
boxing, the Canelo fights, Mayweather fights. So like just fighting in UFC.
okay.
So he always was a fan. He always a big sports fan. But
okay.
and he always pushed me when we were doing boxing with it. But
Yeah.
so for me, the part that pushed me away from it was when Reina died. That was the part that like the spark for my fighting died, and that died then that day. I remember it was that summer.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped boxing. I didn't show up at the gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people were like, "Why
Oh,
don't you come?" I'm like, "Dude,
okay.
that was one of those times where I was like, those
Yeah.
are those trials I should have turned into triumph, as opposed to it put me down."
Yeah.
And I was just like, kind of ran with it with football. But now looking back, I wish I would have did the boxing and the wrestling. We'd be
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
situation we should be 10 years ago. But hey, everything works in
Yeah,
God's time
yeah.
and God's plan.
So when you're it's the octagon, right? Is that what it's called?
cage. Yep.
The cage octagon. Do you prefer to stay on your feet, or just
I
get
go
down to
wherever
the
the-
mat, or
Wherever the fight takes me. Like,
Okay.
you always have a plan. Like I don't want to stay. I don't want to get on the. In this, it's different because like my mindset is finished. Get in there and get in and get out. That's what I want to do. I want to get in, get out, and get to where I need to be. Because I'm, So for me, the best is it's honestly wherever, either on the ground or on the feet. I love standing and striking, or I love getting on the ground and getting after it. So either way, I'm just wherever the fight takes me.
yeah.
honestly.
So in this sport, I mean, is it more of a defense mechanism, or do you have to go out there and be the first to hit? It's
in this sport, it just depends on who you're fighting, and it depends which fight. That's
Okay.
my best advice. But
because
you
some guys
always
can
wanna
be
first.
aggressive. Some guys
Yeah.
can come out just try to get
Oh,
to
yeah.
you quick, and then you got to
and
be
then
on
you
your
got to be
defensive-
ready. Yeah, you got to
be-
either be ready with the, to stop them or show them give them your respect back. Like, hey, you can't be coming forward because you got me coming at you, or vice versa. If you're going at someone reckless and they're a good counterpuncher, you got to be careful for those. Boom, I get clocked, walking around with a black eye for a week. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a like you said.
Yeah. Did you learn a lot after your first match?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, first one, it couldn't have, it went the distance, so I had the whole fight. I had to freaking adrenaline dumped. I was
The
know,
distance meaning you went
all 3 rounds.
All 3 rounds,
Yeah.
and how long are each?
3-minute rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
So
yeah. And
that's
those
not
are
too long because I
but
trained
I'm-
5-minute rounds.
Oh, okay, but I'm
every day.
sure there.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean-
The adrenaline dump it was pretty crazy.
Time 1 minute is long when you're sitting there standing waiting for your food to heat up.
Yeah.
A whole minute is like that could be long.
What's a
So-
whole minute?
60 seconds.
I know that.
Oh shit! Here, I need this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed that. What's a whole minute? The round?
Yeah, yeah. You know, he goes 3-minute rounds.
Oh, 3-minute rounds.
3-minute rounds. Yeah.
Oh, three.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like in the UFC, how long
5.
are they're 5?
They
And
have
you know
3
what's-
5-minute rounds, and then championship fights or main events are 5-5-minute rounds.
5 minutes.
But yeah, that's what we train at.
Crazy is seriously when you watch those matches, they seem like they last for a long time
Yes.
because
Oh yeah, so that's the thing is like their pace is like their
Yeah.
pace and their level. When you're at a high level and you're with a guy that's also that high level,
yeah,
like, I'm only assuming, I'm not there yet, but I'm only assuming that, and I've gauged from what I've heard and what I've been told, it's like you want to have that pace. Like you got to have that good pace because this guy is good. It's a chess match.
Yeah.
Can't go checkers. Can't go back and forth. Otherwise, someone's just gonna get clocked and
yeah,
it's over.
yeah.
So yeah, it's like a chess match. So you got to kind of play that.
How how nervous were you for your first fight?
Oh, I was absolutely heart rate. Oh, I was so nervous.
Yeah,
Most nervous ever.
and that's
but
okay because I mean nowadays, I mean, professional athletes, basketball, baseball, I mean, everybody still has.
nerves.
You
Oh yeah, and
stick-
that's
you
the
know,
best
nerves.
part. Like that's what it is. If you don't have nerves, then you're not doing something right. And
Yeah.
that's what I felt. I was like butterflies in my stomach. This is holy crap. Like I just got called the day before. Like
Yeah.
my family, I got over 100 people showing up on that I didn't know. Like it was cool because I was like, oh, maybe I got it in. Like no one's gonna show up. Like it's
Right.
last minute. Like I'll just go out here and make do my thing.
Yeah,
I had so many people there. I was like, wow, there's so much people here on such short notice. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, wow, this is huge. And it was a big arena, almost packed to the brim. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I just went out there and, God knew I was prepared for that moment. I went out there and just performed.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
all
you
I
did, and it was fun to watch. You
I
did a great
appreciate
job.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So, do you have a bunch of people coming this time?
Yeah. I think like over 250 people. I
Oh,
sold over
nice.
200 tickets, I think.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Aunt Connie and Uncle Charles coming?
No, I wish.
Oh, come on.
What bout are you like?
I'll find that out tomorrow at the
Oh,
weigh-ins.
okay.
Yeah, they don't have the bouts just yet because they don't. Some people you have to make.
That's
the
true.
fights
That's
happen
nothing's
tomorrow.
official yet.
But yeah, tomorrow we'll find out. But
How many usually are there?
I think we have 12 on our
12.
Is it
12
on
our
the
Okay.
card
card?
tonight.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yep.
so and then prelims or fights start at 7. Doors open at 6, and then fights start at 7. But I'll probably be more towards like 8:39. Hopefully, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Don't quote me
Okay.
on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
But that's
good
the
to
time.
know. Good to know. Yeah.
Mm.
What did it feel like entering the cage that first time?
It just felt so serene. Like it felt like this is like something I've always meant to do. That like it finally came into fruition. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this just feels just like I'm supposed to be here right now. Like, and it just felt like everything came together at that moment. Like everything I've been fighting, every battle that led me to that moment, it was pretty amazing. So the first time it couldn't be any better, honestly. So it was just very eye opening
Yeah.
of what can be done. Like, and I say that to inspire anybody who thinks that it's impossible. Like I just train. I think of myself as nothing. I have nothing. I am nothing until I am something. And so for me to do that, I hope that like people can see like you can do anything you want. It don't matter. And I'm also 29, so like I've been told like either you don't have it, you're too old, or some people who do believe in me that are like you have the time as long as you stay on the path right now from then.
Yeah.
And that's just what I want to push and
Wait,
inspire.
too old? What's an
And,
average age?
I mean, in the MMA world and fight world, yeah, you're a little older if you're 29.
Oh, really?
But like I said, I didn't start. I started when I was 18. I just never stopped. I just never competitively did it. I
Yeah.
kept sparring. I kept
Yeah,
in the gym. I kept doing other things, and my high level of training outside of that, like I kept my body primed and ready around.
Right.
I was always around professional athletes and helping train them, and they were like asking me for advice. I'm like, yeah, because I do this stuff. That's what I went to college for. I'm like, and I just did it even harder. And with fighting and firefighting, I'm like, I take it even more in depth because it's like my life depends on it. So
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't realize 29 was old.
Well, I mean,
in the fight world,
Yeah. Because your body can only take so much. I mean,
but it's
yeah.
also the prime for the fight world because your prime is in your 28 through like 30s,
Oh,
35s.
okay.
A lot of the world champions are 36,
I was going to say they
37
look
years
old.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to put in that time and
Yeah.
you just right call.
Okay.
The right call at the right moment.
I mean, it's kind of like that in football. I mean, in the NFL,
Right.
Now, Mahomes is already going to be
30.
the old guy.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
Prescott, I think he's 32, 33. Once you hit that 30 years old, you're considered the old guy.
Yeah,
Which is crazy. And then you still have Rodgers that's still trying to play.
40s. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Brady, after retiring, he was 40 plus, right? Something like that. But yeah, that's crazy.
So I know you're disciplined and all. So after your fight, will you kind of hit and eat and do everything that you've been denied to do because
Absolutely.
you're
Oh,
gonna
my
indulge and
100%. If you don't indulge, you'll go crazy. That coffee creamers, I would be. My whole cup is coffee creamer. Dad, you'll be like, is there any coffee in that? Like, no. But not too much. I'll definitely indulge in, that's the thing too. You always want to stay close to your weight. You don't want to go too far. But no, discipline is. I'm 99% eat how I eat now. It's just I eat way more of it. So I mean, I sprinkle in at the firehouse. It's inevitable.
I
They
bet.
always cook something good every day.
Yeah.
And oh man, trust me when I say like they made it hard.
Do you have to plug your nose and make sure you don't smell
Oh
anything?
yeah, I'll plug my nose. I'll literally eat broccoli around them during the cuts and stuff. And
Yeah. You
I'll
ever
just
seen?
smell their food.
Yeah.
I'll smell their food and eat my broccoli real fast, man.
I was getting ready to ask you that
It
because
worked.
I've seen somebody do that they'll grab chocolate or a piece of cake or steak
Smell it.
and then take
Eat
a
the
bite of an
broccoli.
apple or
It
broccoli
works.
or
It works.
Does
It's time, bro.
it?
I'm
Okay.
telling you, I don't knock it till you try it. I use all the food hacks. I got this job. The firefighters they always make funny. They're just notorious assholes, but they'll save your life, do anything for
yeah.
you, mow your grass, everything. But so they always mess with me because I'm always doing the weight in fluctuation. So one day I came in with extra water, so I'm a little cheap. For me, my cheeks were puffy. My buddy goes, "Dang, dude, you got some puffy cheeks." I'm like, "Oh." I order on Amazon straight to the station by nighttime since it's right by.
Yeah.
Order the Jawser size. And I was biting on the rubber ball all night. I was like, "Hey, firefighter, you gonna make fun of me? Yeah, I'll get
I
after
didn't even know that was a thing.
No, yeah, and it works your jaws and stuff. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But actually, I chew it here and there just for like diet restriction, my food, and then also just to strengthen up your jaw. Just
okay.
Really?
Actually, yeah, there's a lot of different. Everything you can work out anything, any muscle. If it's a muscle, you work it out, and I work it out.
Yeah.
At least me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, being it's right around the corner. I mean, you ready? You ready for this fight?
Oh yeah, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely dialed in. One of my coaches before I fought the last time, he was like, "Man, you got shark eyes." I was like, "Oh yeah, blood's in the water. I'm ready."
Yeah.
So, but no, I feel like I got those shark eyes all week, just because I haven't been low carb, just doing your nice detoxing and cutting. But yeah, I've had that shark eyes ever since then. I feel like 'cause I'm just locked in. I'm just ready. My movements are calculated. They're technical. They're fast. They're precise, and just everything. I'll knock something off the shelf, catch it before it hits the ground. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm with it. I'm matrixing everything.
Nice.
Cool.
So the first, how much did you know about your first opponent?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing until the day I walked in.
Is that a good thing, bad thing? I mean,
It's all. Yeah. It's.
I mean, it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. So for me, and the way one of my
because, like you
trainers
said,
told
because
me-
everybody can go in differently.
yeah,
You know something. You see videos of this and that, but then
it could be totally
Totally
different.
different
And
than-
then, like Mike Tyson says, you have a game plan until you get punched in the face. Now,
Yeah.
So, but no, man, I'm on they make the weight, I don't care if they're King Kong. If they make 156 pounds, or the weight class that I'm in, let's fight, let's scrap. So I don't. It doesn't matter to me too much, but I didn't know anything about him first off. But it's always scary. They're stepping in there is going to be scared. You're going to be scared anyway. So just do it. Honestly, that's that's how my mindset was. Like, I don't care who it is.
So are you fighting youngins then if you're considered old?
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, I would say 26, 25,
Oh,
24.
okay,
so
not too- yeah.
too young, but
Yeah.
like younger than me.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there will probably be times when I fight older guys too. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, for sure. I'm not old per se, but
Yeah, I know, but
to
when you
start, I mean,
yeah.
I technically didn't
I
start.
see, because your career is starting so late. That's
Yeah.
why. Gotcha. Okay.
But I've had the training prior
Yes.
and I've stayed in shape, so it's like
Yes.
I'm one of those bad.
Okay. So you're
cases.
old in that you're just starting the career late.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But like you said, you've been doing it so long anyway. It's not
Exactly.
necessarily.
It's my.
Yeah.
I've come this far to come this far. No, I gotta try it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
We're gonna
Definitely.
ride it
Yeah.
till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
All in.
Yeah. So just to let you know that we're behind you, man. We're excited for you.
I
and
appreciate it.
Yeah.
the journey that you're going down. It's awesome.
I appreciate
We'll
it.
we'll definitely be watching you.
And the more bouts you have, the more recognition, the more practice, the more
Experience.
Right.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
then once
to help you get to that next level that you want to get to.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for all of it. Every time it's an
You
journey.
when was your last fight? Was it in the fall?
February 8th.
It was just recently, February? Oh my gosh, why does it seem like it was so long ago?
I know,
Okay,
right?
so you fought in February. You're
Yeah.
fighting again in May.
Yeah.
Then hopefully in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
June,
okay.
July.
Hopefully, and another one at the end, cap off the end of the year, and then just the next
Okay.
when I turn 30, we're gonna have some big things will be coming.
That'd be
so,
cool.
Okay.
So that's when I think a big announcement. Then
All right.
Okay. Sweet.
And maybe the Big Modcast could be a sponsor out there. And
maybe I want to. Wear, I got the shorts are in the car right now. You just send me that logo. Let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Getting into your profession. So besides you're fighting humans, you're out there fighting fires. That's crazy. And then we did speak about it earlier. How long have you been a firefighter?
Coming up on 2016, I got on.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
been since
so-
2016.
Been serving since 2016.
So 10 years. It's almost 9
almost
years.
9 years. Yeah,
9
almost 10. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
9.
That's
yeah, I'd
crazy.
say
That's
9.
gone by fast.
Yeah. What took you down that path?
3 things. FDNY. So for 9/11, I remember vividly when I was a kid in elementary school, like that. I was one of the only kids that stood there with the adults and watched like the towers getting hit on the news when all the kids were just like kind of playing and stuff or reading books. They're like, go read in the library. I was like, I'm intrigued by this. And I just saw like the firefighters running into the building and I was like, wow, I definitely don't want to be a teacher. I want to be doing that, helping students. So I remember vividly that was a reason why. But also Papa Mike, when he was a paramedic.
Oh,
a
that's
firefighter.
right. Yeah.
So him
Yeah, yeah.
doing that.
That's right.
I totally
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
which one? I can't remember. But yeah, that's what that tattoo and number is for
Okay.
from Papa Mike says.
Oh,
333.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was
That's cool.
his fire number, and then mine is 1006. So that was over 40 years ago. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I totally forgot he was.
yeah, so that-
Yeah.
and then the other one was for Raina as well. That was another reason why I want to be a firefighter. So
Okay.
I remember like vividly how that accident happened, and pulling up to OPR, like seeing the ambulance and med-act and all that. Like, and in that moment, I was like, I definitely don't want anybody else to feel like that because I was like, I lost my best friend, who's sister. I'm like, people would call us twins, kind of when we were in Northwest because we had the last
Right.
name, and they're like, you guys twins? I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, we
really?
just went with it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that was very impactful moment in my life, and
Right.
for It's molded me to who I am, but definitely molded me to why I wanted to be a fireman and
Okay.
give back and
Yeah,
work on the ambulance and study to be able to make that life-saving
Right.
play or that life-saving move.
Right.
I don't know how you call it that in the firefighting paramedic
Yeah.
field, but like just that. I want to make the right call to help that person in the right moments. So.
Did you? Where'd you go? JCC or where'd you get your?
Yeah, I went to JCC and then I went to KCK. Community
okay.
College. They through the fire department.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They put us through their academy, and then we went to KU Fire Institute through KCK. They put us through KU's Fire Institute, which is pretty cool. But I don't think they do that anymore. But
Okay.
No. But yeah.
Did they have the fire program in Shawnee Mission yet? By the time you were
Not for high school.
Yeah, because
no.
they have it
They
now.
have it now. Yeah. First responders program was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
they never had that opportunity when I was younger.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
that'd been
wasn't
cool.
sure.
But-
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I'm gonna go a different route. All the tats. Is
Yes.
that a part of the MMA thing as well too, or?
No, these are just actually just from growing up firefighting and just like a lot of them. I had my first one when I was 18, and it was this Bible verse right here, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first ever one, and my mom didn't let me get one. If I just would have got one, I probably would have been fine. But she said, "No, you're not getting it." How she does, and I was like, "Please, Mom, it's just one. It's on my wrist." I went and got it. She got mad and threw a fit. The biggest fit ever. And I was like, oh, that's how we're going to be? Now look at me, mother.
Oh my goodness.
You lost that battle. So, but I love my mom to death.
Yes, yes.
But no.
All moms were all the same. Yes, it took Juliana forever.
If she would have just
and
let me
I
get
was like-
one, I probably would have been all right.
Yeah.
Maybe just the sleeve, but
Uh-huh.
no, it wasn't in spite of that. It was just, and being a fireman, I just couldn't express, like, the way every piece on me has a story.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And every piece is memorable in that story because I had to sit in a chair for upwards of 5 hours getting a needle pushed in my skin. It's pretty painful, but, it was worth it because every time I got a piece, it meant something, and every
Right.
piece means something. So, like, there's a story behind every single one. So, but yeah, it's
That's pretty cool.
But
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
That's pretty cool. And you say every piece has meaning to. This is what this room is exactly what you're saying. Everything in this room has meaning.
yeah, exactly. So I
Yeah.
don't. So that's me right now. That's why I have to fight because firefighting doesn't make a lot of money. I don't have property to have besides put on my body. But no.
But a lot of this stuff, the toys I have up there. I mean, that lunchbox I have up there, that was my lunchbox when I was 7 years old. I was at Emerson. That was the lunchbox I was using.
Wow, no way.
And then that Barney Rubble bank, that was my first bank. And I never put anything in it because, and if I did, it would come right out.
Yeah,
And
yep.
so and then I have an Evil Knievel sitting back there behind him. Remember the Evil Knievel? This is what we had. You wind them up and
you just jump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's back there. So yeah, everything from the Run DMCs and
Yeah.
And they have purpose and they mean something
Right,
to you. Yeah,
right.
so, like, the
So,
same.
yeah, so I
just
get
put
it.
it on me. So
I get it. That's pretty cool. Who's your artist, if you don't mind me asking?
Tyler Moody.
Okay.
Tiger Alley Tattoo. It's over in
Yeah, let's
the
give him a shout
area-
out.
Yeah, Tiger Alley Tattoo, Surreal, and Tyler Moody.
That's
Everything
cool.
on my body.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, he's over by Garozzo's, over in that area, downtown KCMO.
Okay.
Northeast area.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
northeast, exactly.
Okay.
Tiger Alley. His new shop down there, and then he has his other shop, Surreal, off of 39th
Mm-hmm.
by KU Med. But yeah, he's done my body since 18 years old. We've been working. We're almost head to toe, almost done.
Wow.
That's
Almost done.
Wait, what is the most challenging part of being a firefighter? Especially the training. Let's talk about the training.
The training to be a firefighter is, if you're in shape physically wise, it's gonna be fine.
Okay.
If you're not in shape,
Oh, I bet.
don't think it's gonna be. Oh, that looks fun to do. In all reality, it is fun, but you got to earn it. Like, I hate the fact that we do have people on the job that, they've taken it for granted. Like, I wouldn't trust them to pull me out of a fire, let alone run a fire. They got enough energy just for that. Oh, wow, that's cool. What if you didn't have that energy for that fire? So I mean, the training, it should be hard, it should be extensive, but to an extent, but it is kind of challenging. I did it once. I almost broke the record with a pulled hamstring, so I mean, that should be that should say how easy it is.
How'd you pull the hammy?
Sprinting the day before, trying to race my brother on the track. I tried to race him, and then they call me the next, hey, can you do this thing for the recruits? I was like, yeah. So they take my fire truck there because they know I'm one of the athletes. They're like, all right, run through this thing and just crush it. And they were like, what's the record? They're like 3 minutes something. I was like, oh, dude, I gotta pull the hammy. I'm not trying to hurt myself anymore. I go through it, run it, and I get like a second off breaking the record or tie for the record. And they're like, holy crap. I'm like, dude, I have a pulled hamstring. I gotta crush this thing. Right. So like, I mean, it's not too terrible, but I mean, we do we train every day at my fire station. We train every day, at least an hour more over some type of medical scenario, some type of rescue scenario, some type of ladder work, fire work, pump work. Because I do everything. I'm an acting captain to a driver to a back end to an ambulance personnel. So like I'm on everything. I do everything. So I have to be versed in every single thing.
Right.
Elevator rescues, every single thing we have you can think of. So it's pretty much professional problem solver out in the world.
How long did it take you to get past the gruesome stuff? I'm sure you have seen some stuff that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, could you ever get past it?
Yeah, I got in it so young that I'd say that was not too bad for me because I was intrigued by it. Not like oh, I want to see it.
Right.
Or like I wish that upon, but like I'm intrigued by what's happened. Why is this happening? Why is how did that make that happen? Or how did this bullet create that? Or knife? Or the mechanism of a car slicing through someone's arm like butter or something like that. Like seeing those things, it was at a young age, it didn't affect me, but when I started to hit like 25, middle 20s is like when it really hit me in my mental because I was like, I was starting to see children. And then like I started to have a little sister who was the same age of that and kids that I'm really around. Seeing people who you interact with the same age and seeing those deaths in the field are kind of more harder, I'd say, and especially kind of get your mental. But now I know, like, for me personally, and I don't attest for any other firemen because I've talked to a lot of different firemen and young guys. For me, talk to people, get help, reach out to people. Yeah. But for me, I'm past that point. It's do or die for me. And I don't mean that in the sense of like being like senile, but like to a certain extent, death is inevitable, and it's once the older you get, or once you've almost seen the light, or you've been in face to face with God, like you got to make it happen. And that's what happened in 2023 with my leg here. That's why like I don't play around. Like this is supposed to happen. This is all from God. I was on my deathbed, and there's a great quote from Denzel Washington that was he said, if you're ever on your deathbed and you have the ghosts around you of what you could have been, and that struck with me. He's like, they're here with you now, and now you all get to go to the grave with that untapped potential. And that hit me because when I had my hospitalization for my staph infection in my leg in 2023, it almost killed me. It took my leg. Like, I was like ready. Like, I was like, wow, I could die. Like 70% chance of death. I got 8 doctors in here telling me, you're probably not going to make it.
What happened? I don't remember this.
Oh, and in 2023, I got staph infection, and I was in the ICU for like 7 days. And yeah, it was bad. My leg was swollen like the size.
How did you?
Contracted. I don't know how we got it. It was either a scratch or like a hair follicle, and then between me at my mixed martial arts gym, me at the firehouse, like we interact with people all the time.
Right.
So we don't know. We don't know where it could have came from, but
your leg blew up.
My leg
and
was swollen, blew up, and they almost sepsis was creeping on my leg.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot. It put me on the hospital for 7 days, and
wow.
For day 5, we were everyone was pretty scared. That was the day, like that was the turning point day. If things didn't progress forward in a positive manner, we were gonna die.
Wow.
Literally, that's what they were saying, because like we're gonna have to stop your leg, which is that before
Yeah, yeah,
sepsis
yeah.
happens. So, and I knew all this because I've been in the medical field for 9 years, 10 years
Yeah.
straight studying. Like I was just like in there. I was like, but I had to be calm because I was like, I have a mom and my brother, and then like I remember like 15 people came and saw me. And I remember that vividly, and I just being there and just having those people there, that was what pushed me to survive, honestly. I think, and the fact of like, who's gonna take care of the people who would depend on you right now, and that's just what I pushed through, and that's why it brings me back to like, being close with God and staying close in your faith, because if you're not, you will fall, and you'll fall hard. God will humble you, and He humbled me, and that's ever since then I've stayed devoted to God in every single way, and I stayed trying to be a light every single day.
Good.
After that moment, I've been face to face with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
No, I didn't realize that. Wow.
no, yeah, but yeah, a lot of people would have quit. My mom was like, "You need to quit MMA now." I was like, "Why? I almost just died from it. That's now a perfect point to go and fight for it." I was like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm not
Yeah.
like that. I'm like, I gotta go now."
And there was no evidence that it was that, right? It could
Yeah,
have
no,
been
it could have been from
anything,
the fire.
right?
Exactly,
Yeah. Okay.
Because anything scratch could be, like I
Yeah.
said, I'm at the firehouse contract, around
Yeah.
dirty ass people all day long, all
Right.
night. Same at the MMA gym, but
Yeah.
so it's a toss up. What happened.
Okay. Where's your MMA gym?
Marathon mixed martial
Is
arts.
the one in Overland Park
103rd in Overland
that
Park.
you're talking about? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Do little start?
Yeah. Oh
doing
yeah.
that already
Absolutely.
too?
Oh yeah. My coach, one of my best friends, he has his sons in there.
Oh,
And
okay.
they're at 5 to they can start jiu-jitsu and MMA program at 4.
Okay.
4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
But yeah, they have the kids class.
So
all
then,
week.
are you still doing boxing?
Yeah,
part
I
of your
still do
training?
boxing and part of my training with Marcus, my other trainer.
Okay.
So he's a.
Oh, that's right, because
he's a
he used to
coach.
be a boxer.
Yeah, for
that's right.
authentic boxing, and his head coach was Larry Edgar.
Okay.
And he passed away a couple years ago.
Okay.
But that's now his gym. That Larry Edgar's gym is what they call it. Larry Edgar Boxing Club. And
Oh, okay.
He's a coach there now, so I just go
okay.
there and he coaches me there, and I
Do
help out
training.
with the young guys there as well. And
Oh, okay.
if I can
Yeah.
help them and they help me, push me, I love it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
get
good.
extra training in another gym,
Mm-hmm.
On my days I'm not getting kicked or choked, strangled.
So I mean, like, firefighter hours. You're 24 hours on,
48 hours off.
or 48 hours off. So you have to work around those schedules as well.
Yeah.
And just
Yep. So my coaches are aware of that. So like, but if I miss practice, they know I'm at the station. But if I'm at the station, my coaches know that I have all my stuff to get my training in, because that's I get paid to do that. So I'm gonna get paid to work out.
Yeah.
So I mean, you want me to sit? You want a fit firefighter? Or you want a fat firefighter?
All right.
I'm saving you, pulling your ass out of a fire.
Because all firehouses have a workout
Yep,
area, right? They
workout
every
area.
yeah.
And ours, best believe, we
Is
have the
it?
state of the art stuff. and I'm
Nice,
sure of it.
nice.
So
That's
we
cool.
have some good stuff in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the firehouses, do they still have the fire poles in them?
They do. They do have the fire poles in some stations. They
Do you guys have
outlaw
one there
them.
at the new?
Not at the new one. We have I put a rope up.
Okay, so you use the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use the rope to slide down sometimes, but no, we have some stations have the poles still, but no, they outlawed it because firefighters are dumb and they slip in the middle of the night. That's serious. So I've like,
Wait,
if it's OSHA, something like that, it's probably from a firefighter. Firefighters are
Yeah.
some notorious dumbest people. Start. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. So that's the best saying.
Can it be?
Firefighters.
Can it be pretty boring at the firehouse? If
It can.
I mean,
be, if you're
you,
not a-
obviously you keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
But
so
it-
I know to keep myself busy, but yes, if I was like if I didn't have a good crew or something, or you didn't bring a book, it could get boring. But not. That's only if you're at a slow station. So
Okay.
if you're at one of my stations or a downtown station, oh, you're getting something. You're getting one of Kansas City's finest people to a call.
Yeah.
Just hey, yeah, what do you need help with, ma'am? Can you grab that? I'm like, what do you need help with? Can you grab that? Just freaking out on us, like you'll grab it like their bag, and they're like, oh, thank you. I'm like, what? And she's like, that's it. I swear to you, we'll get called at that for like midnight. Just pick someone's bag up. 'Cause they're
Oh,
so
no.
lazy, or they just think 911. They abuse 911. People just call us for shit like that all the time.
Really?
It'll be something like that, or it'll be something crazy. Like, oh, we get a call if someone just, hey, can you? I spilled some, or like, I'm having some difficulty breathing. We'll walk in and like, the reason he's having difficulty breathing is because he had like a shelf, like a huge like thing fall on his neck, and he's just like, hello, yeah,
Trapped underneath it.
trapped.
Oh
I'm
my
like, oh yeah,
goodness.
you need some help there, buddy. Like, we gotta help you, or it's just shit like that. So,
Really?
but yeah.
You'd have to pull any cats out of trees, or that's
Not
always
cats out of tree. We don't do that anymore. We let
You
the
just
cat
shoot them
get
down now. It's call the police department. That's
Call the
okay.
police, yeah.
That's
No,
okay.
I haven't done any cats. I missed on a couple dog saves. Saved a couple dogs.
Oh yeah.
One of my buddies saved one of them when I was acting captain on a house fire. It was 2 house fires together, and in the house that was actively burning, there was a dog in the back room. And as we were making our push through,
Yeah.
I was pushing our guy. I had one of our other guys. He peeled off to the right. I made sure he was good. Peeled off. He was like, "Hey, I got a dog." I was like, "Oh, well, go save his ass. Get him out."
Yeah.
He saved him. It was a cool little picture of one of the rookies carrying out a dog. I was like, "Let's go."
Well, how are you so lucky to be able to get to the new building in Turner? I'm sure everybody wanted to go there, right?
That's the thing. People were so skeptical about it. I was like, new station, new beds, air condition. You guys are crazy. Bye.
Yeah.
I put my name in for it. and
Oh, okay.
It just went with it. But,
That's cool, and then the area.
yeah,
that's
it's like the
your
back of
hood.
my hand.
Yeah,
it's easy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, so easy. We come over here sometimes if
Yeah.
they need mutual aid. So it's
Oh,
pretty cool.
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But-
Okay.
That's cool. Kids in grade school say that they want to be a firefighter. I mean, do you recall as a kid saying anything like that? I mean, when somebody asks you, "What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Oh yeah, it was definitely along the lines of firefighting. I
Yeah.
remember that because, like I said, when
Like
I was-
Grandpa did,
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
Grandpa
with Papa Mike, and
Mhm.
then the 9/11 thing at such a young age. I
Oh,
vividly
yeah.
remember all that stuff. So
Mhm.
I definitely wanted to do that. I like the big red lights going like that. I
There you
like
go.
doing that and I like driving fast. So driving fast, and I
Ah.
like big ass trucks.
Yeah.
So you get to drive the truck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm ladder operator, pump driver.
So
everything.
what is that like? Well, I know you like to drive
Oh,
fast. You've got
man.
a big vehicle.
4 years. I've been doing that for
4 years? Okay.
I've been I've been driving since forever. But
Oh, okay.
Everybody take turns driving, or
for the
or
most
are
part, on my
you-
station for quite some time, for like the last 3 years, I was straight driving.
Oh, okay.
But for now that I'm at a station with everybody who's first in that, we kind of switch around, which is good,
Mhm.
which I like because it gives me a break. Because driving, when you're young and you have the energy, and when I didn't have such things outside of the job to put it into,
Yeah.
it's fun, and you can do it because you're like, oh, I'm the one. I get to drive really fast. I'm the one who's gonna get us there. That's my mindset, and I was like, I have to make sure we get there, otherwise this emergency is shit. Because if I wreck or anything happens, it's now a new call. So like I had to be the one. So like it's a lot of responsibility. You got to make sure shit works every morning. You got to check it out every day. There is no fucking don't check it out. You have to check it out. And there's 180 bulletin points on our checklist that you have to go through, and I make sure every
Oh,
single
wow.
thing's there every morning. Got fuel, and then you have to test it every morning. So yeah, that was it every morning. So it does get mundane.
Yeah.
And that's where it was like, I liked switching off to
Okay.
going back to it. And then when I'm captain some days, it's also fun too.
Oh, okay.
So
Is there ever is there ever a time that two of you want to drive and you have to rock paper scissors, or
yeah, honestly, yeah. Sometimes just because it's fun, man. Like I love it. Like, especially at our station.
I know that area, and you're like, wait, no, so I grew up in that area.
Sometimes,
Let's
yeah.
go, rock paper scissors. Let's
Yep,
go.
it does get like that. It gets competitive, and I love it. And it's just like a second brotherhood. So
Yeah.
I'm
How many
always-
trucks there in the you
At our
guys-
station? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Really?
So yeah, we run 12 men out of our station. So we have one of the biggest stations. So with that, we have 4 men on our truck. With pumper, which could be 4 or 3 men, which is the water truck. Pumper is water truck.
Okay.
Then the ladder truck is the one with the big ladder. And then we have an ambulance, and then we have a battalion truck. So 2 people on the battalion truck, and then 2 people on the ambulance, and then we have a brush truck as well. That just
Wow.
with the gator, with the because we have a little big ass park right there, Pearson Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like brush wildland. So like we have the brush gator and the wildland fire truck with the water. So
Okay.
we're
Okay.
pretty versatile in that. We need a boat because they have the Turner boat ramp down there, but
Yeah.
Wyandotte County doesn't like to do sometimes the best and easiest routes.
Really?
They like to take the hard
Yeah.
routes.
But with the water there, I've never heard of any situations or anything there
really?
at the
Oh,
Pearson.
we run.
Really?
Water, we run. Oh, Pearson.
Yeah.
We run there probably once or twice a month.
Oh, really?
Drowning or yeah, something like that.
Oh, I didn't realize
But yeah,
that.
we run a lot of the river. Jumpers over
Oh.
by Turner Rec.
Oh,
over
okay.
there.
Yeah.
A lot of jumpers. So.
Man, that's interesting.
Yeah. Any scary moments that you can think of?
Oh yeah, I have plenty of scary moments.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a lot. Like I should have been writing them down. Like that's one thing
You
I
still
remember.
can.
I need that.
Yeah, you still can jot them down in like a journal. or
I
something,
have
you know?
them. I have started since I've been captain,
Oh, wow.
acting captain. I've been starting those because my first couple of days as acting captain, I get 2 fires back to back. Like so, I started writing those down. But
Okay, back to back meaning in the same day or
Yeah, like
the
get to the-
day back to back days. Yeah,
Oh,
one day I had a
back-to-back
fire,
days.
and then
Oh.
they're like, oh, okay, now you're gonna be captain again, but you're out by the college, by KCK Community College.
yeah.
Get another fire. The next day, I'm like, oh shit.
So that's not typical every day.
No, no.
Oh.
Really?
That's luck. And the way
Really?
that
Okay.
the way it happened for me was 2 fires that don't usually happen. A dual house fire at that was
Oh,
my
wow.
first one.
Yeah.
So 2 houses caught on fire
Yeah.
with people occupied. And then my second house fire wasn't a house fire. It was a 15-story apartment building. So, and I was the lead on it.
Uh-huh.
Out of everybody, yeah. So, but they all were like, it ended up being on the news and stuff, and
Okay.
it went smooth. Everyone was like, good job. I was like, I'm riding this high because it was just after I won my fight. So I won my fight. They put me as captain. I go out fighting fires. It was
Yeah.
the best week ever.
That's nice.
That was
yeah.
the best week ever.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we have a cousin now, Jaime, little Jaime now is a firefighter
Yeah.
in the family. And I know there were some
yeah.
reservations. You know, his mom was like, oh, you know, and I think we would all feel the same way. But
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty
We tried-
honorable to have a job
we
like
tried to get
that.
Marcos-
Nowadays it's safe, man. It's
Yeah.
really safe. Like the 1 in a million thing that happened the other day in Casey Mo is just like.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
right?
I
That's
know.
just,
Yeah, yeah.
That's
that doesn't
terrible.
happen, and that should never
Yeah.
happen. It should have never happened. It will never happen again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know that's not to deter people. That's one it's one of
Yeah.
the best jobs in the world. I'm not gonna lie. Being a fireman, you get to see it creates who you're around. It does take a sacrifice, a different kind of sacrifice, because you will not see your family 33% of your life.
know.
You will not see friends 33% of your life. You will miss out on things, but the
Yeah.
reward you get to being with a whole another purpose and a higher calling is just that's why I wake up, and if I wake up I know I got a purpose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I have 2 purposes. And a funny thing is, like, on my shirt it's firefighter EMT, but in that shirt it still says firefighter. So I always am like, when I look at that, I cover that, I'm like, fighter.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Do you? So okay, before I ask this question, as far as how much weight do you put on with all the gear? Like, what are you like? What are you at right now?
Weight pack and everything.
Yeah.
It's up to 110 pounds.
So that's an extra 110
Yeah.
pounds.
With all of our gear on, about 30. With our air pack and tools, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the walk up the steps?
the stair climb?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
You've
done
not done that
yet.
with
No,
their gear.
I'd love to, though. I
Yeah.
haven't had.
Is that the challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 9/11 Memorial Stair Challenge.
Yeah.
I'm usually always working on the day it happens, which is
I mean, but
unfortunate.
do you plan on?
I would
wanting
love
do it?
to. I would love to do it. Yeah.
I mean, being that you said that.
that was one of the motivating factors. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So I do it every 9/11, like on 9/11, just kind of like that would be my stair workout. I'll do the flights of stairs,
Yeah.
or just kind of do that. But no, I'd love to do the actual stair climb with the
Yeah.
team and for a member of the.
Yeah.
of
You
FJ1.
have you been to New York? Have you?
I have. I
Yeah,
have, and
and
I've
so
seen the
you
memorial.
seen the
and-
memorial.
Yep, that's a serene, such a very very quiet. Like the energy there is eerie, but
Right.
Yeah.
beautiful. at the
It's
same time.
it's wild to be there, to see the memorial, to check everything out, and then to try to imagine that day.
Yeah.
As it, like
That tower came down in that area. That
Yeah.
all the smoke in that area, like smoke. That's not smoke. That's concrete dust. People are breathing that. That's why everyone's
Yes.
dying now,
Yeah.
residually
Right.
from cancer. That wasn't air. That
wasn't smoke,
dust.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
concrete in
Yeah.
people's lungs. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
I
terrible
know
thing.
we were right next to the fire station that was closest, the first to respond.
yep.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Remember we
Yeah,
stopped
yeah.
by there? Yeah, which was really cool to be there.
Yep. Jack, do you remember your very first job?
I do. It was mowing
you-
grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
For a
mowing grass.
company or just
Just
some?
freelance. I just got my grandpa's mower. He was like, "Want to mow the grass?" I was like, "Yeah." And I negotiated with him. He was like, "Get out there and mow the grass." I was like, "For how much?"
Yeah.
And he was like, $10. I was like, "All right." And $10, and then I double charged the neighbor. I was like, "I'll do 20." And it worked. And then I had a line of grass in the week, and then I'd come over to my grandpa's. I'd knock out his and the neighbors. And I'd be on it, and I'd ask the neighbor. And then by the time I got the whole neighborhood, it was up to $100. And I was like, I was making bread, but I was working. It would take me, these yards are tiny, so it'd be like 20, 30 minutes. And I had the pull mower, and I would just use that thing and zip through. I'd be making cash, just cash. I was like, sweet.
Yeah,
Nice.
You still cut grass now?
No, I don't cut grass anymore. I mean, I will. I mean, dude, trust me.
If you have to, you do it. Yeah.
Exactly. If I have to do anything, I clean grown man shit off the toilet every day at the firehouse. So
You mean you still have to have that job? You're already been there almost 10 years. That's
Tell
the
me about
rookie.
it.
That's a rookie job, right?
Oh, see, that's what I'm
But
saying.
it's like you want the shit done right. You do
Wow.
it yourself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
'cause-
always like student of the game. If I don't preach it and I don't do it, then who am I to, tell someone to do that? So that's why if I do it and I tell you to do it,
Yeah.
I expect you to do it. Otherwise, there's gonna be repercussions, and that's the thing I tell the rookies. Some of them know, like, hey, you don't listen. There's a mat upstairs at the firehouse. We can go test these skills that you want to say. That's anybody really. It's like,
Yeah.
but
I know. Just think the rookies now. You used to be one of those rookies.
it's crazy how they say time flies. It flies.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Some of the older guys that were there when you were a rookie, are they still around or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of
some
them guys. A lot of them are getting to that age of retirement, but there's that. When you get on, then there's the 10 years older than you, then the next 10, so it's 20. So
Okay.
it's kind of in that spurt where it kind of just moves forward on the timeline. So we get the new, my group is in the middle, and then they have the older guys who was the middle guys for me that I'm like, well, you guys are all retiring. That's crazy. But I'm me and maybe 5 or 10 other guys are such a special class because we were so young getting on
No,
that
okay.
we're 30 and with almost 10 years on, it's like, oh shit, we're looked at as young guys, but we're senior guys. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're in a different kind of.
What's the average number of years that a firefighter actually works? How long do they stay on the?
Man, if you don't turn over in the first 5, you probably make it to 15.
15
I'd say
years.
because that's when mostly everyone gets vested. You can get your pension.
Oh,
out
okay,
and papers.
15.
So I'd say 15 is the average.
Oh, okay.
But some guys go to 20, some guys 25. I want to go till 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be done at 30, 35.
There you go.
And I could do that.
And then you can go
especially
do
with
something
fighting.
else. Yeah.
Exactly. With the fighting, just stay there.
So
keep
you're almost there
coasting.
then,
That's what I'm
really.
hoping.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So yeah.
That's cool. Do you need another cup of coffee?
oh, no, I'm okay.
You
I'm
good?
actually good. Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and pour me a cup?
Yeah, absolutely.
You mean you're drinking it black?
I'm drinking it black. Yep.
Are you?
I don't do this too often, but I'm just sipping on it, and that's good. Thank you, Jay. What was I going to ask you? Is there anything else that you like to do besides, of course, fighting fires and fighting other people, and at this time? I mean, like, do you paint? Do you do karaoke? Do you
No,
play an instrument?
I try to dabble in guitar a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
I got a guitar right there. You want to try?
Oh, that's an electric one. Oh, sounds stupid. I got the acoustic one. I'm just little.
Yeah.
Little
You
fret.
don't have the
Just
you
strumming.
don't have the Timothy Keith
No, I don't have the Timmy Keith, man. He's over there ripping that, shredding
Yeah.
that. I don't have the
shredding it,
musical.
and making faces.
No, they got the musical talents. I got the different talents.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about telling jokes? You the funny guy at the station?
I'm more of like the dark humor, or like the guy who like say something that's like, who's gonna say it? Oh, he said it. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'll get away. Because I don't want to be like that, but it's like, who's gonna fight me if I do say it? All right, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But no, I definitely keep it PG or respectful, or keep it R if I need to keep it R. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I just
There you
like
go.
to have fun.
Let's go. So then after you retire from firefighting, and then you're still doing the mixed martial arts and all that. If you retire from there, what do you think you'd get into? I know it's kind of hard to say because you don't want to look that.
No,
far
I'd
yet.
love to. By that time, I'm
What do you want to be when you grow up?
There you go.
successful. It's
So
the
you
best
wanna
one.
make some
Okay,
money.
so
I wanna be.
you want to be in the WWE? There you go.
Oh,
Wherever,
could you
I'm-
see yourself doing something like that?
I would love to go anywhere. I would anything.
Dude, you
That's
know-
a
Sky's
money.
the limit.
You know
That's
who-
money
you know-
and
Sky's the
fame
limit.
and
Sky's the
all of
limit.
that.
Like
yeah.
you look at Logan Paul. That dude is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's-
He's a good athlete. Crazy
Yeah.
freak athlete. He can sell
I mean,
to
he's
a crowd.
he's a heel, like we were saying earlier. You
Yeah.
know, but I mean, he's doing great. And
Oh yeah,
freaking-
people. If you can draw attention to yourself,
Yeah.
that's the main thing. So
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, definitely. I don't want to be a heel or
No,
anything
yeah.
like that.
I
I definitely
know.
want to be some. So I'm more of the real life versus in real life. So I don't know if I could cross over to the WWE, but I definitely,
Oh. That's true. Yeah,
'Cause
there's a total difference.
Because
Yeah.
that's a little scripted.
Yeah.
Everything I've done
Yeah.
is the real world. So
Yeah.
like firefighting, between everything I've
Yeah, yeah.
seen and how to do it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't not try it. But
I mean,
Yeah.
come on, but in the there's characters. They need a firefighter out there.
hey,
Back in the day,
You're right. There was
back-
no firefighter.
Yeah, back in the day, we had
Triple H,
the big boss man. He was just a giant cop.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I
carrying a
remember a
baton,
cop.
right?
Yeah.
And then Sergeant Slaughter, he came out as the
yeah.
team.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen a firefighter.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not. I guess it's not like that anymore. That's
do
fun
you
stuff.
do you have? Well, like you say, you don't act, but do you have that when you're performing? I guess maybe you'll find your
Maybe
thing.
we'll find one. Yeah.
Right.
I don't
You've
have-
only
I-
had that
yeah.
one, so.
So I mean, that just did what came natural to me. So
Yeah.
like just my movements, my fluidity, my flow, just
What's-
it's
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah. What's your intro music? Do you have?
I'm still trying to figure that out a little
Like,
bit.
what did you use the first time?
I came out to 50 Cent, Many Men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one was just the song I was going through, like playing at that time, and I was like, I gotta come out to this one.
Okay. Do you
It was
have
just-
something planned for this one? You don't
This
have to
next one?
say.
Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
So a little hustle and motivate. That was what that had to do to pre-register, but I might change it up because it is Cinco de Mayo. So I'm trying to
That's
get,
true.
trying to get a little bit of like maybe some
Your Hispanic roots.
yeah, some
Yeah.
some.
I have a
Hispanic roots in
sombrero
there.
right over there. I was going to ask if you wanted to wear it for the show because, yeah, I mean, Cinco de Mayo crept up.
I know. That's why I told
Yeah.
you this
And
weekend is
you know,
already celebration.
The last two Cinco de Mayo episodes, I mean, I went out and got all kinds of stuff to put up. Yeah, this one just kind of like flew by, but
Yeah,
but it worked out with having you in here. So
I love it. That's
Yeah,
awesome. I thank, like I
pretty
said, thank you for having me. This is the coolest experience I've ever done.
Oh, this is good.
Long time.
Thank you. Well, what's the nickname? You got a nickname?
I don't have one yet.
Fireball or yeah.
I don't have one yet.
Really?
And,
We're gonna have to
and
find
it's,
you one, man.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Someone has to find it. You can't give yourself the nickname. That's always a good quote
Yeah,
I've been
somebody-
told.
yeah.
Someone has to give it to you. But
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. My dad has a couple different ones. He's throwing at
He's-
me. I'm like, I don't know. Man. He has the Midwest in there
He's
somewhere.
got,
I'm like, that's
he's
kinda
got
cool.
Oh,
the
okay,
dad
yeah.
jokes, you know.
Oh yeah, always on something stupid. something funny.
Yeah,
to make you laugh.
that's. I'm pretty sure that's Chris. Am I like that? Am I the?
Says dumb stuff.
Do I say dumb stuff, Chris?
Yes.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, all right. Before we get you, I know you got a busy schedule, and you still got some preparing to do. We'll go ahead and we'll get into our last segment here, and I'm gonna let you choose. We had another one, but I think we'll get away from that one. But I'm gonna let you choose, either this or that, or do you want to go with when was the last time? This or that, or when was the last time?
This is the last time.
Okay. So when was the last time?
Yeah, when was the last
Okay,
time?
so here it is. When was the last time you used a hula hoop?
Man.
Do you have you ever?
No. I would say within the last year.
Okay.
I can't remember what month it was, but they did have a hula hoop in the gym, and I was using it for footwork drills.
Oh.
So I did use it, not in the
Okay.
sense of what it was for, but
no,
I
I
did use
mean,
it for
that's what I'm
footwork
asking.
drills and boxing.
There you
I
go.
was
Sam,
using it for footwork
last
drills.
time you used the hula hoop?
I'm gonna say last summer when I was doing a summer thing with
At the school?
kids. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, or during the
Yeah.
summer though.
Yeah.
Chris, what about you?
Maybe high school,
Really?
middle school.
You didn't try it out in the Walmart recently?
yeah.
I would. I'd do it there.
Yep. Last time you were on a trampoline?
Trampoline.
Because there's some good workouts.
They are.
Right.
I would love, so last time on a trampoline, does it count if it's like one of those small ones?
It's
No.
a trampoline.
That's a trampoline, yeah.
It's
That was
a
the last time I was on one. It was a little, my little
One of them-
sister's little trampoline in my
Yeah.
dad's house. I was getting after it. I was trying to get as high as I could.
Really?
It was competition. It's always a competition in my
Always, yeah.
household. So, little
Okay.
sister, I don't care.
Yeah.
Everyone. If
Oh,
you're-
that's funny.
If you're in the bloodline,
How
you can
old-
compete
how old is your
competition.
sister?
She's 5.
5 now. Wow.
She's 5.
So she's already in kindergarten, or this next year?
She will be next
She
year,
will
yeah.
be. Okay. Are they still over here in Turner?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, close. Yep.
So she'll go across the street, probably.
No,
No?
I think she's going. I don't know. She's the spoiled one, so she
Ah.
goes to private school.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
They got, my parents have the money now to
Yeah.
send the kids to places.
There you go. Yeah. Speaking of bouncing around, how about a pogo stick?
Pogo stick. Yeah, no, I have not been.
I
on
was
one of
gonna
those
say,
in
yeah. Not when's the last time have you ever been on a pogo
high
stick?
school. I'd say high school.
Okay, so then.
So you have been,
So you
okay.
I have
used
been.
one.
Yeah, I've used one.
Okay.
And it wasn't like those little kid ones. It was like the industrial, like
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
crazy like pro ones. Like a guy
Right.
had it at the skate park. I was like,
And could
what?
you do it? Because
I
you gotta
did.
somewhat
Yeah,
be.
you could get
at-
up to like 9 to 10 feet high. I got up
Dang.
to like 6, and I was like, "Whoa, this is pretty crazy."
I know, right?
Really?
Like you have to be somewhat different to want to jump on a
There-
stick
there's
9
a
feet in the
there's
air.
there's a TikTok video of a guy bouncing
Do backflips and shit.
and doing the flips, and then he like went up and he jumped on someone's roof
What?
and then bounced off the roof and then back to the street. Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's a
Yeah.
video that I've seen. It's pretty crazy because somebody's like, dude, check this dude out. You know, he
Better
was
be
almost
his
like
house.
a pro.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
Putting holes in my roof.
How about I already asked you this one. Cut grass. When was the last time you cut grass?
Shit. I think I've cut. Oh, at the firehouse on Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You got to do that too.
Oh yeah. We pay for our own dinners. We cut our own grass. We got to do
Hey.
all that.
Yeah.
When was the last time you placed an order on Amazon?
This morning.
Yeah, did you?
This morning, yeah, it was for some sweet sweat, some extra sweet sweat. So the stuff it's thermogenic lotion, and you just rub it on. It helps you sweat in the sauna extra.
Really?
Wow.
Little keys, yeah.
Where's the sauna at?
If you have one, I have one in my apartment complex, but I
Oh,
go to
okay.
either Chiefs Fit, Genesis,
Oh,
any
okay.
place that has a sauna really. But I like to go either one of those places. Yeah, for
Okay.
my recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good
See-
for recovery.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Ah.
Oh, I
Like
I
if
do
you
the
after a
sauna.
party and after you're hungover.
Yeah, to get that shit out of you,
Yeah.
for sure.
Whew,
But
can you
no, a
imagine the
daily
sweat?
detox. I do a sauna every day.
Do you?
Oh, you
30
do?
minutes, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the
more-
temperature in there?
160, 170 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, it's usually pretty high.
Ours doesn't get that high.
I don't
Probably
think so.
110, 15, 20.
That's
Mine's right there behind that glass door.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Shit, we could have done this podcast in the sauna. I could have been cutting weight right now.
Roller skated?
Yeah, I have roller skated, and I used to do. Some,
When was the last time? Been a while.
It's been a while.
But you have roller skated, yeah.
Last time I would say rollers. What's that? Skate City down the street, off Orange Parkway.
Oh yeah.
That's the last time I've been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was probably high school for that.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you wrestled with your brother?
Last weekend. We every all the so that's the thing. Like every time I see him, we go after it because I got to make sure he's ready. I'm like, if you
You guys are about the same weight class?
No, he's 185 pounds.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a thicker boy.
Okay.
And then I give him 5 pounds extra off right now
Mhm.
but he's probably 190, 185. But
Okay.
no, we get after it. He learns it's different. Football strength is different from MMA and wrestling strength. So,
So even though he's heavier, you can still take him down.
oh, absolutely.
Don't be trying to start anything on the show. He's gonna be like, "What?
I do
you
give
said
him
what?"
credit. He is getting better to where he survives. So I call it survival. So like
Yeah.
he can like we'll go straight grappling in my apartment, like right how it is
I
right
was
now.
just thinking, where are you guys doing
We
that?
just go straight up because that's where you're like you have to imagine like if you're gonna get taken out, it's in your house. So like who's gonna sneak up on you? Where? Because if we're wrestling, you know it's gonna have no one's gonna combat you like on a field. If they do, we're ready, you're prepared.
Yeah.
But the most time you're not gonna expect it is in a house. How do you maneuver around a house to where you're not gonna fall? You're not gonna make me fall. You know. So we get after it in the front room. We move the coffee table. We have a couch. And we just get after it.
Really?
So I say he's getting better because I used to tap him out in 5 to 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But now it's like our battles last they just go. So like
Dang.
I remember I just tracked like 3 songs played and I looked over how long the songs were one day. I was like, that was like 12-minute round. Like we just went 12 minutes because after that 12 minutes I finally got the choke in and he tapped. And I was like, wow, that's your longest you survived. And then we did it on the Sharmish North field last weekend. We were wrestling. And he went. That was another 12 to 15-minute round. Yeah, we just kept going
But
after it.
that's a good little workout for you guys too.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. And,
Yeah.
and with him, we're almost the same. So I trained him our whole life. So like, he's me just 15 pounds heavier and 2
Yeah.
inches taller. So I'm like, it's the perfect training partner. So I'm like, that's and he doesn't. Yeah, once he figures out how to utilize his body at the brain level I have because I'm older, but once he utilizes how to use it the way I know how, oh man, he's gonna be sky's the
What do
limit
you-
for him. Sky's the limit for him.
What if he went the same route you did and get into the MMA? Or how would you
That's
feel
one
about that?
thing. So that's one thing we've talked about. And so for him right now, if we were to do that, he has the best opportunity with me because I'm not. Both of us would be linear, just together, just moving how we did. Because we used to, when he was his senior year in high school, I stuck with him and just trained him every day, and that's how he turned it around and got a scholarship. But he's in contention right now to where one more year at Highland and he does his thing, gets a D1. The NIL stuff that they're making, they're able to make, it's a better opportunity one more year here for him before he transitions into this for sure. For me, I love him to do it. If he wants to do it, I'm never gonna force him to do it because this shit it's different. I'm always walking around bruised. I I'm always hurting.
Oh, are
And
you?
Some every day, just from firefighting. Been like I said, picking patients up, no sleep. Now I'm fighting every single day, like sparring, fighting, getting kicked, punched, bent, joints manipulated. Like my eyes come home, black eyes here and there, bloody nose, scratched. I mean, I don't want that for him, but if he wants to do that and he realizes because he has an opportunity to go the football route and make way more money than anybody in our bloodline or myself, even as a firefighter on, I'm like, dude, you have the opportunity. Like, I'll show you right now. The math ain't mathin' because if you're on your own since 18 and you have to live in Wyandotte County and you have to stay and pay a livable wage, a livable rent, it's just like, wow, one whole check you get cleared goes straight to rent. If you don't have the luxury of staying home with your parents or you don't have the luxury of a house or rent, stipend or whatever, one whole check. So that's how it is. And I told him, I was like, good luck. Hey, this is what life is. And if you don't go make this NIL shit, Uncle Sam, right? That's not Uncle Sam. No. But Uncle Sam will take and they don't give a shit. So I told him, I was like, you make something
And
for
it's
yourself.
just getting harder.
Exactly. Everything.
Just think. I mean, and then you guys can both be the tag team brothers in WWE. Here we go. Back to wrestling.
That's right. It's not a bad idea. But I told him, I was like, football, like, you could even do fighting too. I was like, we could be the back-to-back fighting weight class champs.
There you go. Speaking of the NIL, I saw this today. So Quinn Ewers, okay, he was the quarterback for Texas, right?
Yep. Miami.
He was, So, and he was drafted by the Dolphins.
Okay.
Right. So he was offered an NIL deal worth $8 million to stay in college, meaning after getting drafted by the Dolphins, Ewers will take a $7.2 million pay cut to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That just shows. So, and this is, I kind of weighed this. I was like, that just shows he's gotten paid so much in college that won't make a difference. That's how I gauge it, because he could do that, but he's gonna make more in the NFL, and he knows that was his goal. I believe he's not in it for the money, but that shows that, wow, they're getting paid that much.
That's crazy.
And that was that offer. Then he's been there for what, 3-4 years in college, getting that mil. If you have $8 million in the bank, and it's like, do you want a contention $4 million, or do you want to do the NFL, your dream, your goal, that's the status you actually want to achieve if you're a true baller in that realm. So I agree with him. I mean, if it ain't about the money, that's good. If he does, he does. If he misses out on it, misses out.
I know.
Shit, if you got already $8 million and you're already in college, they're doing way better than us. So give me $100,000 and I'll be
because I mean, he was offered $8 million to stay
Yeah.
in school
Dang.
for one more year, and then he's like, "Nah, I'd rather go play in the NFL."
Yeah, see,
So even though
$7.2
he's
million
not making that $8 million his rookie year in football, but
Right.
he's made it to
I
the
mean-
NFL,
oh,
and he
and
still
there'll
has
be
opportunity
sponsorships
to-
out the
Yeah.
ass from Nike or
to
whatever.
make more
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he-
yeah.
he- I think he'll be something in the NFL eventually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Last one. When was the last time you said hi to your family in California?
We actually just got done visiting them in my fight camp. My
Yeah.
mom
Okay.
took us there right before, right at the beginning of fight camp. So
Oh,
I got to
okay.
see them out there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
But
fight
you can
camp?
always you can.
Oh, just preparation for this fight camp. Is
Oh, so
usually
you
8
went
10.
to?
No. We call it fight preparation or fight camp.
Oh,
Camp
okay.
You're in 8 weeks out before. It's just called camp.
Oh, okay.
So, but no, I went out to Chula Vista with them. My brother and my mom, we just visited them.
Oh, you just went for a visit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But no, I did
Oh,
train
okay.
out there and stuff, just
Oh.
like regularly, but no,
Uh-huh.
there wasn't fight camp out
Oh,
there.
okay. That's why I-
Visitation
Gotcha.
during my fight camp. So it was
Oh,
a good
okay.
mental release to see California and see Nina and,
Oh, okay.
and just
Yeah.
be there with Gabe and my mom and celebrate her birthday, which is good. So,
That's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see pictures on Facebook. It looked like you had a fun time.
yeah, it was a good time.
That's cool.
Much needed. I didn't expect it, so that was even better.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I said that because I mean you can always say hi to them right now on the camera.
Oh, hi Nina. Hi Nina, how are you? How are you? Love you.
Yeah. All right, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you. I
You know,
appreciate it.
I appreciate you taking the time. I know this was your kind of like your off week, but you're still doing what you need to get done.
No, absolutely.
You know, get
yeah,
ready
this
for
is-
Friday, which you
This
know
helps me lock in
this
more.
this
you know?
Yeah,
episode will
yeah.
should come out Friday. So today, you're fighting today. We're wishing you the best, lots of luck.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping I can make it. We can make it. You know, so it would be awesome to watch.
No
you
problem.
live.
And I have a stream for it too. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could stream it too if you guys
Oh.
want to watch it.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Phones or tablets or whatever.
I mean, if you want, put it out there, Jake. You know, if we're
How do you get the
streaming?
stream, or what is there?
It'll be on FA. So if you go on Instagram or my Instagram, you can look up. I'll post the link, but it'll be on Fighting Alliance Championships.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be Fighting Alliance Championships 29 is the
29.
May 2nd, the Cinco de Mayo card. So if you click on that from FAC's Instagram page or off my story, you can sign in and log in and or whatever, however it takes you, and you can watch the stream.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
cool.
think it's off Spectation Sports.
Yeah, I
is-
think
is
yeah,
what
I think
what
that's
the
I
stream
saw
is.
something
But yeah.
your dad posted.
Yeah,
I saw.
but they'll stream it. They'll have it live. So
Okay.
it'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, I'll go watch you.
Yes,
I'll
make you
go
proud.
watch you.
I'm
Yeah.
only gonna make my family proud, so just trust
Yeah.
me. I wouldn't step out there if I didn't.
I
have
know it's not my
complete, utter
favorite, but
confidence in my abilities to get
Yeah.
the job done for this,
Yeah.
this whole journey for myself and for
so
our family.
yeah. So do you like to draw blood, or do you like to
Damn.
do the tap out, or what it like?
We tap
Either
somebody
way,
out.
we're gonna
Either
see.
way,
We're gonna see
whatever.
it there. We're
Whichever
gonna-
way you
every
could get the
fight-
dub.
Exactly. Whichever way the
Oh,
fight
okay.
can get
Go.
done.
Let's
it's gonna get
go.
done.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Uh,
All
Excited.
right. Well, thanks again, nephew, for coming in, man.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Chris, we good? You all right? You awake back there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saying you good?
Yep.
Jose?
He's out.
All right. All right. That's cool. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Oh, real quick, what episode is this in? Number
43.
143. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do. You know, like, share, do whatever you can to help us out. Still trying to get up to 600 subscribers. You know, we'd appreciate if you guys could do that for us. Because we are the Big Modcast. That's right. We are the Big Modcast.
Can I do a shout out?
No,
real quick?
please.
Shout
Floor is
out
yours.
shout out to the Big Modcast. Shout out to my sponsors, LM&W Lawn Care, Julian. Shout out to Marathon Mixed Martial Arts, my head coach Trey Ogden. Shout out to ASAP Electric, Rodney Hoskins. Shout out to Rod Rock Holmes, Jeff Gifford for believing in me. Shout
sir.
out to Brickwork Media, Raul, for believing in me since the beginning. And shout out to Firehouse Roofing, Jose. Always got me on the job when I was youngin' and now representing me. So I can't wait to represent and hold it down for you guys. And then TCW Apparel. I got you. So absolutely. So
Yeah,
thank you so
sweet.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you
shout
for
out
having
to
me. I
shout out
appreciate
to
it.
everybody, everybody out there, and especially the family and everybody that gets to come out to watch you,
Absolutely.
or to get to watch you on live stream. All right.
Okay, so what time does the show start on Friday?
Doors open 6, fight start at 7.
Oh, okay.
Friday.
Okay.
Yep.
And
I don't know what bout I'll be
Right,
yet,
right.
but
Yeah.
I'll post that. I'll
We'll be looking out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. So you already have something planned for tomorrow? Because tomorrow's kind of the big day before your weigh-in and stuff like that. Like,
Just cut weight, cut a little bit more weight,
Cut a
have
little.
everything ready to go right
Okay.
after the weigh-ins. Just all. Only thing tomorrow I got to concentrate on is just wake up, cut some weight, get dressed, go there,
okay.
stare this guy in the eyes. And then right after that, I'm coming to eat.
Yeah.
I'm ready to eat,
Yeah,
ready to
yeah.
eat and kill on Friday.
That'll work.
So,
Yeah. All right.
but
Cool. Again, Chris, we good? Sam, good?
Good.
Jake, right here. Let me get one.
Always.
Good luck, bro.
yes, sir.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Modcast. Until next week, have a safe Cinco de Mayo. Adios.
Peace out.